Capacity crowd at Florida Field welcomes the 1993 edition of the University of Florida Fighting Gators. Typical early September, late afternoon, hot and humid. Little rain fell earlier this afternoon here in Gainesville, Florida. But all in all, not a bad evening for college football. Here are the officials for this evening's contest. The referee, Jimmy Harper, the umpire, Mike Wallace, linesman Ray Moon, Bob Patrick, the line judge, Robert Aylett Jr., the field judge, and Harold Mitchell is our black back judge. These two ball clubs have met only once prior to this gathering. It was back in 1958, and the Gators controlled that one 51-7.
There's Terry Dean along the sideline. He'll get a chance early in the ball game as the Indians from Arkansas State won the toss but deferred to the second half. So the Gators said, well, we'll take the football and give it to Terry Dean.
Terry Dean, a third-year football player, the junior, actually in his fourth year overall, but a junior on the football squad. As you look at Steve Spurrier beginning his fourth season as head coach of the Gators, 28-8. As head coach at the University of Florida, 78% winning percentage with the Gators.
And what's his winning percentage at Florida Field?
Well, he's a perfect, that's right, perfect 18-0 coming into this one. Harrison Houston and Jack Jackson are the deep men for the Gators. Joey Staples, a sophomore, kicking off for Arkansas State, the Indians out of Jonesboro, Arkansas. Houston gonna pick up the football at the 1-yard line, and he's going down inside the 5.
Well, he had no choice. He had to do that. The ball was going to die on the 2 unless he picked it up. A nice break on the bounce of the ball.
Great kick by Joey Staples.
Nice break for the Indians.
Yeah, great kick and a good break, and the Gators have the ball deep. Dean, Rhett, Randolph in the backfield. Jackson and Houston, the wideouts. Greg Keller, the senior tight end, and the lineman, sophomore Reggie Green. Dean Golden, the guard. David Swain getting his first start today. Jim Watson, the guard, and Jason Odom, the sophomore, is the other tackle. Terry Dean, you see his 1992 numbers. Most of that, as we said a moment ago, against Florida State. Eric Rhett batters it out across the 10 to about the 11. About a 6 or 7 yard gain on first down.
Of course, Eric Rhett could have elected to go out early last year into the NFL draft, but he decided to come back and play his senior year, and luckily for Gator fans, they're seeing number 33 line up at the tailback.
Take a look at Arkansas State defensively. Tim Williams, Ed Rufus, the nose guard. Mike McDonald, the defensive tackle, a good one. Middle linebacker, Marcus Lawson, and the secondary as well. And a handoff on second down. Given to Rhett. Ed Rufus makes the tackle. That's very near a Gator first down. Rhett carried last year for almost 1,000 yards, 903 yards, average just a shade over 3.5 yards per carry.
Being backed up in their own territory, Coach Spurrier has Dean call 2 running plays initially.
Now it's third down and short. A little more than a yard. Rhett again. And Arkansas State got there in a hurry, and Rhett may not have a first down. Yeah. Carlos Emmons made the tackle.
I think he came up short. Mike McDonald, number 97, doing a nice job out there as well.
He needed to get to the 14 and only got to the 13. So Arkansas State stops the Gators on their first possession. Good opening kick by Joey Staples. Back the Gators up, and they are unable to pick up a first down.
And they stayed on the ground on all 3 plays, again, because of the field position mainly.
Shane Edge, second-team All-American as a freshman. Numbers dropped a bit last year. Still one of the top punters in the country. Edge under some pressure. Sammy Bell waits for the ball at the 50-yard line. It'll take a Gator roll and be down by Kedra Malone at the 48.
Looked like he hurriedly got that punt off. Did not get it airborne very well, and not that long.
Let's take a look at Arkansas State offensively. You're looking at the quarterback. That's Johnny Covington. Today is his birthday, his 20th birthday today. Blake Dennison, the premier player at wide receiver. Now the offensive line for Arkansas State. Wayne Cope, Jesse Miller, Lorenzo Parker, the center. Stacey Harrell has 12 starts. They have 16 starts total among their offensive line, and Harrell has 12 of them. Anthony Bowman at the other tackle spot.
David, we talked about Terry Dean as we look at Johnny Covington's stats from last year. But this Florida crowd is anxious to watch this defense this afternoon because there's so much depth, so much experience coming back on this defensive unit that the crowd, before the official stopped the clock, was on their feet cheering for this Gator D.
Well, the Gators did not have a very good year defensively last season. However, picked up toward the tail end of the year, Jim, and I think by the time postseason came around, the Gators were pretty good defensively, but earlier in the season took a lot of growing up, didn't it?
Yeah, you'll recall in that fourth quarter at Alabama, the Gators really were dominating on defense.
Gators have been very tough here at home. As we said, they're undefeated here under Steve Spurrier. Arkansas State with the ball at its own 48-yard line on first down. A handoff to Marquise Williams. And the Gators swarm him down behind the line of scrimmage. His forward progress may have carried him to the 49.
Monty Groh initially on the tackle. We're glad to see Monty out there in that blue jersey. He had to appeal to the NC2A to get his senior year back. And there's a front four. There's the linebackers led by Eddie Robinson. Larry Kennedy, probably the best athlete in the secondary, but a lot of talented newcomers back there.
Yes, sir. Anton Lott has raised more than a few eyebrows in preseason workouts. That freshman from Jacksonville. Covington. Again, the ball carrier is Williams, and there's nowhere to go once again as Ellis Johnson plugged the gap in a hurry.
William Gaines also jumping the gap right there, destroying the play at the line of scrimmage. You know, up front, they list on the depth chart Ellis Johnson or David Bernard, William Gaines or Henry McMillan, Mark Campbell or Johnny Church, and that's because there's so much talent up there. They've not decided yet who the starters are.
Florida very deep this year on both sides of the ball in most areas. Passing situation, but Arkansas State will keep it on the ground. Williams goes down near midfield. Eddie Lake, the man to make the tackle, the junior from Tarpon Springs. And that'll bring up a fourth down for Arkansas State. No score in the first period.
Eddie Lake, one of the newcomers we were talking about, getting a chance to play on the other corner across from Larry Kennedy.
That's Kyle Richardson back to punt for the Indians. Sophomore will be kicking it away to Willie Jackson, who stands deep at around the 10-yard line. Richardson averaged 36.3 yards a punt last year. The Gators with a big rush.
Oh!
And Jackson fumbled the football.
I think Eddie Lake got it. No?
The Indians have recovered the football. Marcel Jefferson, I think, is who will come up off the bottom of that stack, number 40. And the Indians have possession of the ball. Maybe Willie should have called for a fair catch here.
Yeah, unwisely, he did not signal for the fair catch, but he wasn't hit. He just dropped the football. The most sure-handed receiver on the team drops the punt. And the Indians have a tremendous opportunity here, and if they have any chance at all this afternoon, obviously they need to play well early, and they're doing that right now.
They threaten at Florida's 12-yard line. Sophomore quarterback Johnny Covington. Their number one quarterback from a year ago, Tom Shears, is injured with a knee injury. Covington, the starter. Williams with a good block on the corner. Inside the 5 and tripped up by Kennedy at about the 3.
Oh, they checked off right there. They caught Monty Grove charging to the inside. An excellent checkoff at the line of scrimmage. Covington, seeing the defensive alignment, called for the quick pitch to the wide side of the field. Monty Grove gets caught inside. There's nobody outside until the secondary makes the tackle around the 2.5.
Arkansas State at the Gator 3-yard line early in the ballgame. Williams again. Williams spins in for the touchdown. And the Indians take a 6-0 lead. Good block on the left side of the line by Jesse Miller to spring free Williams.
Well, a shocking touchdown early in this ball game. Gator defense facing extremely poor field position because of the fumbled punt. Once again, they're able to get outside here.
This young man, Jim, was playing high school football in Baton Rouge, Louisiana last year. And he scores his first college touchdown in the swap against Florida. This Arkansas State team did not score a touchdown last year, did not score a point last year until its fourth game. The extra point is no good by Caldwell. And Arkansas State has a 6-0 lead. We're early. We'll be back in just a moment on Sports.
The Constitution of this great nation provides its people the right to legal counsel. If you need legal assistance in cases involving personal injury or wrongful death, call the law offices of Gonzalez and Farman for a free consultation. Gonzalez and Farman will look out for your best interest, and there are no fees or costs unless recovery is made. Call 272-6464 for legal assistance at the law offices of Gonzalez and Farman, serving our community in Orange Park, Jacksonville, and the surrounding areas.
Hi, I'm Ronnie Robinson. Down here in Green Cove Springs, they call me Easy. That's because I do business the same way I take life. Easy.
At Ronnie Robinson Dodge Jeep Eagle, you get factory prices, not market-adjusted prices on the new 93 Intrepid and Intrepid ES, hailed by the automotive press as the jewel of sports sedans.
Take an easy drive to Green Cove Springs and get a great deal from Ronnie Robinson. They don't call me Easy for nothing.
Surprising score early in the first quarter. Arkansas State cashing in on a Florida fumble at the 12-yard line on a punt, mishandled punt by Willie Jackson. Only 2 plays later, the Indians put the ball in the end zone. Marquise Williams ran it in for Arkansas State. They lead 6-0. Staples kicking to Houston and Jackson again. Harrison Houston back in the end zone, fumbles it around, but now sits on it. And the Gators will have the ball at their own 20-yard line, trailing 6-0 with 9:56 to go in the first period.
Well, the Indians had the ball twice, once at the 50 and once at the 12. The Gators have had it once. They started around their own 3-yard line. So let's see if Terry Dean can get something going here as they start on the 20.
You see Terry loosening up his right arm as he headed onto the field. I wonder if the Gators might put the ball in the air this time.
Well, I think they would have in the first series if they'd had better field position. I got to believe the ball's going in the air.
Randolph and Rhett, the running backs, out of the eye. On first down, Dean. Pass incomplete, intended for Willie Jackson up around the 40-yard line. A good coverage by that very young secondary of Arkansas State.
Brad Davis doing a nice job, David, the junior defensive back.
He played wide receiver last year. They've moved people all over the place. Ray Perkins coached this ball club last year, stayed at Arkansas State 1 season, and then moved on to work with Bill Parcells at New England, the NFL. Second down, Dean throwing again. This pass is caught by Jack Jackson, and the little guy spins out to the 45-yard line. Brad Davis is there to make the play for the Indians.
Indians in a too deep zone right there. Jack Jackson dragging across the field behind the linebackers, underneath the 2 safeties, and the terrific protection by the big guys up front. The experienced offensive line gives Terry Dean the chance to drill the strike. That's got to make him feel a little bit better.
Hand off to Rhett. Rhett hit by Lawson, but picked up another couple of yards across the 50 to the 49 of Arkansas State.
You know, every time you say handoff to Rhett, you almost also have to say good block by Kelvin Randolph, because he's the lead blocker almost every time Eric Rhett carries the football. It's kind of a lead draw situation with the favorite play that the Gators use when Eric Rhett does get the football.
Gators in a hurry up on 2nd down and 3. Rhett, single setback behind Dean. Rhett gets the handoff. Rhett has the first down at the 44-yard line. Linebacker Lawson out of Hermitage, Tennessee, number 55, there to make the stop for Arkansas State.
David, we were reading together the media guide before the game as we look at Rhett's numbers this afternoon. The Indians last year, out of 107 football teams playing Division 1A football, ranked
107th
in defense. So they're looking to improve, obviously, and they're playing very well right now.
Off the play action. Dean going for the home run ball, and Jack Jackson. It is knocked away at the last second by Andre Bonds at the end zone.
The ball was late getting there. It was on target. Terry Dean was on target, but if he had let it go just a second or two earlier, and he realizes that the ball seemed to hang up a little bit, allowing Andre Bonds a chance to break on the coverage. No problem up front. On the post route, there's no safety right there. He's got the corner all by himself, but the ball hangs a little bit, and Andre Bonds has a chance to recover and break it up.
Dean gets hit as he throws, and it's picked off. Brad Davis with the interception. Davis down at the 35-yard line. The junior from Dallas, Texas, as I said a moment ago, played wide receiver last year. So he's got a pretty good pair of hands on him.
Well, that's not Terry Dean's fault. Watch Reggie Green. Reggie Green gets beat. Terry Dean gets hit as he throws the ball. That's not Terry Dean's fault. The offensive line broke down right there. The ball did not have the zip on it because Terry Dean got hit as he released it.
So the Indians take over the football, leading 6-0 with 8:22 to play in the first period.
That blind side tackle, the weak side tackle, has so much pressure on him because the quarterback cannot see anyone coming from that side, and Terry Dean had no chance right there.
They have a new tailback, Corey Walker. Walker goes down after a gain of about a yard as Kevin Carter, the big junior out of Tallahassee, was there to make the stop for the Gators.
Yeah, he played a lot as a true freshman. Now he's a junior, a leader of this defense. Dexter Daniels, number 48, one of the most highly recruited high school athletes in the country. Year before last year he saw a little bit of action. This year they're counting on him big time to replace Carlton Miles.
Walker, the lone setback behind Covington. On second down, a handoff to Walker. Monty Groh in the open field makes the tackle at the 36.
Big tackle by Monty Groh, all by himself out there as there was penetration inside. The running back bounces to the outside. It's one-on-one, really, in the open field. Look at the bounce to the outside. Walker cannot elude Monty Groh.
Groh, who regained his eligibility late in the summer after about a year-long battle to get that eligibility back.
Yeah, ask Monty what he did this summer. He says, I spent a lot of time in the courtroom, probably.
I'm sure he's glad that he did, as it turned out. Third down play for the Indians. Walker finds little running room, and he runs right into Ellis Johnson, I believe, and Ed Robinson.
And William Gaines.
That'll bring up fourth down for the Indians. Leading in this ball game with 6:38 to go in the first period. That's got to be a moral victory for them already, that they're winning this football game this late in the first quarter. Willie Jackson will go deep again, and Kyle Richardson stands back to punt the ball again near his 25-yard line.
The Gators just really have not had a big punt return game the last couple of years. If they had an Achilles heel, it was not getting much out of their return game.
Willie Jackson broke a tackle, but he is surrounded by Indians and goes out of bounds at the 36. Marquise Williams made the tackle for Arkansas State. The Indians 6, the Florida Gators nothing, midway through the first quarter.
Out here, we work part-time and play full-time.
I was 18, didn't have a care, working for peanuts, not a dime to spare.
To get the most fun out of every dollar, get into Chevy S10 pickup for around $8,000. From Chevrolet, the most dependable, longest-lasting trucks on the road.
Huggins and Othen knows trucks. Huggins and Othen knows cars. Huggins and Othen knows Jacksonville's mud, asphalt, back roads, and open highways, which is why Huggins and Othen knows Kelly Tires. They've got Kelly's to fit every family car, sports car, pickup, or van, on or off the road. Now you know too. Next time you need tires, brakes, alignment, or undercar service, drop by Huggins and Othen Tires.
If you're a luxury car buyer, here's something for you to think about. When everyone else is changing tires at 30,000 miles, wouldn't it be nice to be changing cars? Well, at Nimnick Cadillac, you can with the Cadillac Master Plan. I'm Ed Nimnick. With the Master Plan, you'll have a smaller note, a shorter term, and you'll never be out of equity or upside down when the time comes to trade. The Cadillac Master Plan, the smart way to drive a new Cadillac. Nimnick Cadillac, 7999 Blanding Boulevard, just north of I-295.
7-yard return by Willie Jackson. The Gators have the ball at their own 36. Terry Dean on first down. Tight end Greg Keller makes the catch and goes out of bounds at the 44-yard line. Taken out of bounds by Brad Davis.
That's another thing you might look for in this Gator offense, using the tight end much more. Ever since Kirkpatrick graduated, Coach Spurrier has not been able to get the ball to the tight end as much as he wanted to. Greg Keller battling with Charlie Dean and Sean Nunn for action in that tight end spot.
Keller's had a great offseason. Nice cutback by Rhett. Rhett rambles to the 40-yard line of Arkansas State before Dale Carpenter is there to make the stop. There is a penalty flag thrown.
Looks like they got Kelvin Randolph for holding. The lead back, the fullback, wrapped up with the linebacker. They threw the flag right at Kelvin.
During the run, holding, offensive line, 10-yard penalty, repeat the down.
Well, that's a big Yankee accent that guy has.
Yeah, he's obviously from the Bronx, somewhere in the Northeast. 5:51 to go in the quarter. Surprising 6-0 Arkansas State score here at Florida Field. And the ball after the penalty is spotted back at the 40-yard line. Two wide receivers, Jackson and Houston, are both split to the left, and Eric Rhett is lined up in a slot to the left side. Here's a little screen set up for Willie Jackson. Jackson to the 43 of Arkansas State. Delray Stevens on the stop.
Eric Rhett and Harrison Houston, David, with excellent blocks on the screen to the wide receiver. Terry Dean's going to take a 1-2-3 step drop, get the ball quickly out to Jackson, and there's the blockers in front of him. There's Rhett making the block. They try and kick those guys out, let him cut back.
Hurry up offense, first down at the 43. On the draw, Rhett run down from behind. Harry Jackson made the tackle, but Eric Rhett picked up about 5 yards on that first down play. Rhett, the senior from MacArthur High School down in the Pembroke Pines, South Florida area. 2,874 yards in his career. You look at his numbers from 1992.
Had over 1,091 running the football.
Good protection for Dean. Aubrey Hill. And Hill is at the 20 of Arkansas State.
Delray Stevens, the linebacker, found himself in a scary situation right there. Matched up with a wide receiver with the speed of Aubrey Hill will scare any linebacker. Hill has a couple of steps before the defensive back can come in and help. Terry Dean right on target, though.
Hill with 20 receptions a year ago. Junior out of Miami. This is Kelvin Randolph, and the big fullback bowls it across the 15 to around the 13-yard line.
Kelvin doesn't get a chance to carry the football that often. The Gator offensive attack features the tailback. You see only 30 yards in 11 games in the whole season, but I think he had somewhere 15 to 18 receptions. He's got excellent hands, but
you remember he injured an ankle against Tennessee and missed a couple of games.
That's
too,
right.
Set him back.
That's true. Chris Bilkey had to come in and take over for a while.
Dean with good protection, throwing for Hill. It is almost intercepted. Brandon Llewellyn had at least one hand on it, maybe two.
Well, the pass pattern was there. And it could have been a touchdown, but Terry Dean was late and underthrew the pass. Aubrey Hill made a nice break, was open on the break, but Terry was not able to get the football to him. That's what coach is saying. He says, listen, we got to get that ball to the receiver on the break.
He's telling Danny Warfel, the backup quarterback, that. Dean 4 out of 8, 71 yards so far, 1 interception. Big third down play for the Gators late in the first period. Willie Jackson should have a first down near the 12. Brad Davis had good coverage on the explosive Florida wide receiver.
You know, one of the things Willie Jackson does so well is pick up that extra yard or two when he's being tackled. Every time someone tries to tackle him, they don't get him down immediately. He always gets another yard or two, and that's really important over the course of an entire ball game. Get every yard you can, and Willie does that with consistency.
Jackson and Houston are split wide to the left. Eric Rett driven down by Lawson. He did not get much.
Marcus Lawson doing a beautiful job at inside linebacker right there. He steps up. I don't think anyone got a block on him at all. He had a clean shot at Eric Rett, and he took advantage of it. 240-pound inside linebacker.
Well, Lawson had over 100 tackles 2 years ago. He only had 29 tackles last season.
Well, he looks tired. He looks tired right now. He better not be tired in the first quarter.
Second down and goal. Dean, ball is tipped and incomplete, almost intercepted again at the line of scrimmage. Ed Rufus got a finger on it. He's a Florida native out of Fort Lauderdale, big number 99. At the line of scrimmage, he got a piece of that pass from the fingertip of Dean.
Harrison Houston on the right side, going to get pushed around a little bit. That was incidental contact. It was like a pick in basketball. He ran right into a pick. Wasn't the defensive back's problem. He has a right to that territory. Harrison Houston got bumped off his route.
The Gators have 5 wide receivers in the ball game right now, and nobody lined up behind Dean. And now a penalty flag is thrown, and I think the Gators used too much time.
We have a dead ball foul, illegal procedure,
No procedure.
moving offensive line.
Yeah, somebody flinched. I didn't see it, but Big Ed Rufus did. Number 99 sees it. Now, the defense can jump in the neutral zone anytime they want to. Watson cannot move. You have to maintain your poise. It's so hard to do. A guy jumps right at you, but you got to ignore it. You only go on the snap count. You cannot flinch or move, and Jim Watson did.
Watson, the senior, the only senior on that offensive line.
Started for this is his 3rd year as a starter.
Now it's 3rd and goal. And that one slapped down at the line of scrimmage. I think Rufus got that one again. Well, he is playing a fabulous game, playing in his first major college game. He comes out of Mississippi Gulf Coast Community College.
He's working on David Swain, who's starting ahead of Gant Crouch.
He just tossed Swain aside.
Got airborne.
Batted that pass down. The Gators will try for a field goal now. Judd Davis has been very accurate from close range. He and Bart Edmiston in quite a battle for the place-kicking job. Davis, a junior out of Ocala. This will be about a 27-yard attempt. Those hash marks have moved in this year in college football. And Davis's kick is good to put Florida on the board with 2 minutes and 34 seconds to play in the first quarter. It is now Arkansas State 6, the Florida Gators 3. We'll be back.
Hey, we know you're busy and can't worry about the best time to buy a car, but here's a clue. The Jeep and Eagle clearance, unlike any other because it's on great vehicles like Jeep Grand Cherokee or this award winner, Eagle Vision. And we're not shouting, but you get $500 back on 4-cylinder Jeep Wranglers and no charge air on 2-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee Sport. So take a time out. You could save a lot of money here. The Jeep and Eagle clearance, worth looking into. Hey, we'll see you there.
Everybody's so friendly and down to earth.
Its ability to bring a large group of singles together with a common interest.
There's always a warm greeting by everyone. It's wonderful.
And they have a lot to offer for every kind of single.
Make your move. Over 1,000 single adults attend the First Baptist Church of downtown Jacksonville every Sunday. Step beyond the open doors and experience the excitement of First Baptist Church. Jacksonville Metro Singles. Our doors are open to you. Join us this Sunday for worship at an all-new time in a brand new place.
Arkansas State still on top of the Florida Gators, still in the first period with 2:34 remaining. For all the latest scores, highlights, and interviews, be sure to join host Mick Hubert on Gator Hotline and Florida Football Highlights with Coach Steve Spurrier. When you want to know what's going on with Gator football this season, be sure to watch Gator Hotline every Thursday night live at 6:30 p.m. and Florida Football Highlights every Sunday at noon right here on Sports Channel. Check local listings for Sports Channel and Gator Vision coverage in your area.
This time it's Bart Edmondson kicking off. We thought before the season started that Coach might alternate Judd Davis and Bart Edmondson, not only with field goal opportunities, but kicking the football off too, to see which one had the bigger kick, could get more distance on it, especially as you kick off to your opponent and you want to pin them inside the 20.
Ryan Rulin has also been in that battle, but Rulin has been injured, and Edmonston has been kicking it deeper than any of the others. Corey Walker from the 5. Monty Groh hit him head on. Boy, Groh is a tough tackler, isn't he? That has always been his strength. And he is a solid open field tackler. Gators scoring drive took up about 3.5 minutes. Was 53 yards long, and Judd's field goal put the Gators on the scoreboard with 2:29 now to go in the first quarter. Arkansas State scored off of a mishandled punt. They recovered the Willie Jackson fumble at the Florida 12-yard line, and 2 plays later put it in. That occurred on their second possession of this ball game.
Matt Pearson now in at inside linebacker, number 47.
There is a penalty flag down as Marquise Williams was hit at the line of scrimmage. The officials sorted out.
Before the snap, we have a false start. Offensive line, offensive team.
Referee Jimmy Harper with the call. Now Steve Babick from the sideline.
Well, guys, when the Gators look at the 1993 season down the road, they can look as their wake-up call. It was about 6:10 Eastern Time, September 4th, when Arkansas State first scored. And by the way, a couple times, you can tell Terry Dean's a little bit nervous his first day out there because the footwork's not very good. The last time he threw off his wrong foot, that's why the ball was batted down. Offensive line doing a fairly good job protection.
Now 1st and 15. Covington, play action. Or rather, changing the call. Let's see what the play is. It is a pitch. Marquise Williams got away from one man. And Pearson had a shot at him in the backfield, but Henry McMillan made the tackle up near the 20.
Yeah, that's the same audible they used earlier when they had such success getting outside when they were deep in Florida territory. This time in their own territory, they again check off, trying to get Williams outside, but the Gators do a much better job of defending it.
There's McMillan, the big junior out of Folkston, Georgia. 6'3", 276. David Barnard, big number 97.
Playing on the outside. Generally, he's a defensive tackle. They've got him at end right now.
Second down and 12 for the Indians. And I think there was movement again in the offensive line for Arkansas State. Looks like on the right side, maybe the guard over there.
Excuse me, that was Campbell, 67, is it in? Bernard, who played tackle last year, continues to stay at the defensive tackle spot. He's so big, you don't see a guy 295 that often on the outside. That's why he plays inside.
I don't know if this game is going to end up like the one I'm going to bring up, but you remember the 1982 game against West Texas State when West Texas State jumped out to as I recall, a 14-0 lead before the Gators even scored. Final score in that one was Florida 77-14. Arkansas State, though, so far in this one shows no signs of wilting. Covington to Williams. Matt Pearson right on the button at the 15-yard line.
Yeah, Ron Zook, the defensive coordinator, is going to alternate a lot of personnel out there on the field to not only keep them fresh, but to see who his better players are under real game conditions. Ed Robinson obviously deserves the starting opportunity, the senior at inside linebacker, but this time it's Matt Pearson on the field, and Dexter Daniels continues to stay out as the other inside linebacker. Watch Pearson keep great position. He did not overrun the play. He stayed where his responsibility was. Comes up with a tackle.
Little draw play, and McMillan was not fooled. Ben Hanks was there to finish it off. That'll bring up fourth down for the Indians.
Absolutely right, David. It was Henry McMillan who made the big play immediately right there. That's the kind of defense that these Gator fans are looking for here in the '93 season. 3 and out. Give them 3 opportunities and kiss them goodbye and get your offense on the field.
McMillan and company have done their job against Arkansas State. The only touchdown of the game scored after a penalty. That's the end of the first period from Florida Field. With our score, the Arkansas State Indians 6, the Florida Gators 3. We'll be back on Sports Channel.
Now, reports of the legendary two-footed object have been growing.
Anything? Nothing. Must be big. Even checks in it. We're getting something.
Coming over the hill, Sarge.
Hit the lights, boy. Bigfoot.
Bigfoot Pizza, the legendary value from Pizza Hut, with 2 square feet and a tasty new crust you can't get anywhere else, all for $10.99.
Okay, folks, let's break it up.
Bigfoot Pizza, the biggest pizza you can get delivered.
The human heart. Understanding how it works and what happens when it breaks down requires the skill of world-class physicians. The University of Florida cardiologists and cardiovascular surgeons, together with a team of healthcare professionals, they're helping people live healthier every day. For more information, consult your physician or call the Shands Cardiovascular Center in Gainesville at 1-800-PHYSICIAN.
Say, that's a great-looking camera you have. Where'd you get it? No, don't tell me. One of those specialty camera shops. Wait, I'll bet it's a big-name department store. I'll bet it set you back a bundle.
Actually, no. Introducing the Nippon 35mm focus-free camera. The hot shoe is synchronized for electronic flash, a 50mm lens, and a tripod mount. It also comes with a convenient neck strap, a deluxe leatherette carrying case, a professional 50mm sunshade, and a 2-year unlimited warranty. With all these features, you'd think this camera would cost over $100. Well, think again. Call right now, and the first 10,000 customers who order the Nippon camera will also get 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. The simple, lightweight, and affordable Nippon 35mm camera and 100 rolls of free Kodak film with purchase processing. This no-fuss camera can be yours for only $19.95.
Say, where can I get one?
Just pick up the phone and call.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Cellular One, the first with the privacy, sound quality, and great rates of a digital cellular network. By Pizza Hut. Stop and smell the pizza today. By the healthcare professionals at the University of Florida Shands Sports Medicine Center. By Likes, the right taste every time. By News Sport, your 24-hour sports news source exclusively on Sports Channel Florida. We're back at Florida Field in Gainesville. Arkansas State putting a scare into the Florida Gators at the moment. We've played one quarter. The Indians 6, Florida Gators 3. Kyle Richardson standing back to punt the ball from near his own goal line, and Willie Jackson eager to return this one perhaps near midfield with a chance to give the Gators some excellent field position. Pretty good kick. Jackson gets away from one Indian, but he's not going anywhere. Down he goes at the 41.
I don't know that Willie should be so brave. I would encourage him to make the fair catch when somebody's that close to him. It's nice to try and make a big play, but you also have to pick your spots.
And that was a dangerous reception of that punt. Good punt by Richardson.
Of course, I never returned a punt in my life, but just as an observer, I would say, Willie, be careful.
You could have done that, though, if you had been called upon. Those great hands. The tight end.
Heavy bones, though. Heavy bones.
Nice 38-yard kick by Richardson and a -3 return by Willie Jackson. So the Gators will have the ball at their 42-yard line early in the second quarter.
Which has got to be the best field position to start a drive, right, in this ball game. I think the crowd is stunned, as we are, that they haven't gotten more production this afternoon.
Calling all Gator golfers, you're invited to join the Central Florida Gator Club for their 3rd annual Gator Club Golf Tournament. Sponsored by Sports Channel, Cablevision of Central Florida. The tournament will be held at Rio Pinar Country Club in Orlando Friday, September 10th. It'll be a scramble, always is if I'm playing, to get started at 1 p.m. And then after going 18, you can settle down to a barbecue dinner immediately following. Always a great time. Make your plans now. Give old Rob Anthony a call at 407-872-0200, and he'll give you all the details. Back to action on first down. Rhett with his 8th carry of the ball game already. Delray Stevens takes him down. Rhett about 30 yards on the afternoon. Total offense numbers lopsided in favor of the Gators, but Arkansas State leading 6-3.
That's a lot of production for one quarter. You know, that's on a 400-yard pace, which is what the Gators traditionally average, 440, 450 with their offensive attack.
Dean again has good protection. Willie Jackson ankle tackled at the 35. Delray Stevens, the linebacker, on the tackle.
As you watch the game of football, that's got to be the most difficult reception to come up with for the quarterback to be able to time that crossing route as the receiver is running across the field like that, to be able to lead him so accurately.
Dwayne Dixon is now the wide receiver coach for Steve Spurrier. It's intended for Jack Jackson. Touchdown, Florida. The same one that the Gators almost scored on in the first quarter. Same play, that post route run by Jackson.
What Terry Dean does so beautifully here, though, is that he lays the ball out in front. There's no one on the inside, so he simply puts a lot of air under the ball, lays it out in front, allows Jack Jackson simply to run under it and away from Andre Bonds, who was in hot pursuit. But that was a brilliant effort by Terry Dean. That's a little experience, you know. The more he gets a chance to play, the more he'll figure those things out.
That is Terry Dean's 3rd touchdown pass. Willie Jackson caught 8, or rather that was Jack Jackson, and Jack last year caught 3 touchdown passes. So that's his 4th career touchdown reception. Bart Edmiston with the extra point. And that'll give the Gators a 10-6 advantage early in the second quarter. Jack Jackson, the man of the hour at the moment in Gainesville.
Welcome to the season opener of Florida Gator football on WNFT TV 47. Tonight, the Gators take on the Arkansas State Indians from Florida Field in Gainesville. Tonight's game is being brought to you by your Jacksonville Jeep Eagle dealers, Burger King, and Ronnie Robinson Dodge Jeep Eagle. Stay tuned for Florida Gators football on WNFT TV 47.
What's this thing?
That's a tomato slicer.
Cool. This isn't like a toy you get with the Whopper deal or anything.
I love this place.
I actually made some Whoppers this morning. I lit the pilot light. Flame came up. And I brought them. Go ahead. You can eat it now. Whopper for 99 cents. Did you know there's 1,023 different ways to make a Whopper? Did you guys order the Whoppers? Here. These are 99-cent Whoppers, and I got them for you. It's your way, right away. 1, 2, 3. I love this place. All right, we're ready to go.
Are you power hungry? Then you'd better hurry to your local Jeep and Eagle dealers year-end clearance, because the 93 four-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokees are available with a V8 engine at no extra charge. This is your best chance to get a Grand Cherokee with a 220 horsepower V8, 6,500-pound towing capacity, and standard driver's side airbag at huge savings. But you'd better act fast, because when these powerful V8s are gone, so are these powerful savings.
See your Florida, South Georgia Jeep and Eagle dealer.
That's one of many we hope.
Has to be a frightening experience to be a defensive back, especially a cornerback going against this Gator offense.
Well, with the numbers that they've posted since Steve Spurrier's been here in his 3 years, you got to believe that gets the attention of the opposing team. You know, they say this fun and gun offense is balanced, and it is, but the pass has got to scare you to death.
Well, the pass sets up the run. Bart Edmiston kicking off and kicks it off through the end zone. Arkansas State will have the ball at their 20-yard line. Nifty scoring drive by the Gators. Only 3 plays and 58 yards with the clincher, Terry Dean's 35-yard touchdown strike to Jack Jackson. Steve Babick standing by on the sideline. Steve?
Well, guys, one thing we've seen in 1993, Willie Jackson is trying to put the word return back into punt return. He's taking some risky chances, but trying to be more aggressive. But I'll tell you one thing, he must think he's in the CFL, the Canadian Football League, because you can't make a fair catch there. When in doubt, Willie, make a fair catch here.
Yeah, go talk to him, Steve. Good idea.
New quarterback, Maurice Harris. Under center for Arkansas State. Harris, a sophomore from Memphis. Harris is in big trouble, and down he goes. Ellis Johnson, 61, got there first and then had plenty of help from his friend.
Ellis Johnson, the MVP up front, the defensive line from spring practice. You see one reason he was so outstanding this spring is the quickness as he beats the guard, number 66, Stacey Harrell. No chance at all right there.
This Indian quarterback, Maurice Harris, played wide receiver last year for Arkansas State as a freshman. They're going to throw his first pass. Matt Pearson drills him out of bounds at the 18. Boy, Pearson is looking good early in this ball game. Sophomore from Lafayette High School, Mayo, same high school that produced former quarterback great Kerwin Bell.
The throwing Mayoan, right, Kerwin?
Playing in the Canadian Football League this summer.
Oh, is he great?
For the Sacramento team.
You know, Kevin Carter made a mistake right there. He got a little sloppy, got caught inside on his pass rush. You got to be a little more careful. Stay in your lanes, get upfield.
Third down play for Arkansas State. A handoff to Ken Johnson. That's his first carry of the day. Johnson is nowhere near a first down as Dexter Daniels is there to make the tackle. Ben Hanks, number 11, also on the scene. That'll bring up another 4th down for the Indians with 12:50 remaining in the first half.
For the second time in a row, right? 3 and out. That's what they want to do all season long. 3 and out. And they got a smattering of a standing ovation right there.
Kyle Richardson will be punting for the 4th time today. He averaged about 6 punts a game last year for a team that did not move the ball very well for most of the season. offensively, so he'll get a lot of opportunities here today, it appears, as well. A short punt, but it's going to get a good Arkansas State roll. And the Indians will let it drop dead at the 34-yard line. 12 minutes, 12 seconds to go in the first half. Florida leads Arkansas State 10-6. We'll be back.
Here at the University of Florida, we're extremely proud to have a fine tradition of academics and athletics, and that is due in large part to the support of our alumni and friends. As a member of the NCAA, the University of Florida is responsible for the actions of its boosters and fans. So remember, inappropriate contact on your part could jeopardize a student-athlete's career. So please contact our athletic department if you have any questions. With your help, we can all be successful. Remember, ask before you act.
Daryl Dawkins used to name his backboard-shattering dunks. The NBA Jam Session book has it. When you say it...
Chocolate thunder flying.
Hey, line, keep shaking.
Glass breaking.
Lump roasting.
One toasting.
Wham bam, glass breaker.
I am dead.
You get over 200 color photos of the greatest backboard-shattering dunks. And the complete history of slam jamming from Dr. J to Michael Jordan.
This book is awesome, but the pictures are so bright.
Okay, how about we throw in an NBA Jam Session regulation-size Spalding basketball?
Yeah, please get in the wall. Thank you.
Plus, for a few who still haven't got it, a 30-minute video of Fritz shaking slam dunks. Got to today's hottest music.
I get to keep this?
All football and video for an unbeatable $29.95.
Chocolate thunder flying. I ain't lying. Keep shaking, glass breaking, rope roasting, bun toasting. Wham bam, glass breaker. I am dead.
Call now 1-800-922-1113.
Florida's football from the Gators' 34-yard line. 12-12 to go in the first half. It's 10-6 Florida. Terry Dean hands off to Tony Davis. Davis getting his first carry. Brings it out beyond the 40 to the 41-yard line. Davis, a sophomore from Chipley.
They've got some alternates on the field right now, including Tony Davis, who was he Mr. Basketball in Florida? Davis?
Runner-up his senior year, Mr. Basketball, and so obviously quite an athlete. His brother's Amp Lee, the ex-running back at Florida State, so the bloodlines run deep there.
I would think so. A lot of new players on the field right now, up front as well.
Davis can't shake loose from Emmons. Carlos Emmons, the sophomore defensive end. Had a birthday yesterday. We told you about Covington, the Indians quarterback, who turned 20 today. This young man turned 20 yesterday. You see the Big West designation on that left shoulder pad. Arkansas State is really excited about a new opportunity for them. They returned to 1A last year. We're looking at Anthony Ingracia, transfer from Boston University, on that Gator offensive line. But the Indians are back in 1A, and they're members of the Big West Conference, which is a pretty good league. Terry Dean, noted for his scrambling abilities, squirted out of the pack, but did not get the first down.
Yeah, the ground caused him to fumble there. The ball was blown dead as his knee hit the ground. That was a wasted opportunity by that Gator offense. Some new guys up front, and he has some time initially, but they didn't like what he saw, and he obviously has excellent running ability, probably a better runner than Shane Matthews. Shane ran seldomly, but Terry believes he can escape from time to time, but was not able to do it right there.
And after a good first down run by Tony Davis, the Gators have to yield the football back to Arkansas State. Shane Edge back to punt. Nice driving spiral. Sammy Bell backpedaling to the 5. Oh, what a play by Kedra Malone. And a penalty flag goes down as well. He was clipped on the block.
He was clipped. The official waited to make the call. And what an attitude, huh? Kedra Malone moving from offense to defense. The coaches said, hey, we need some more speed in the secondary. Kedra, would you consider maybe playing cornerback instead of being a backup tailback? And young man said, yes, sir, and that's where he went this spring. And look how valuable he was on the punting team right there.
Just half the distance penalty, first back.
Half the distance. Also nice to see Shane Edge getting that foot in the ball like he did 2 years ago. when he was one of the top punters in the country. It was a little push. It wasn't a real clip. They called it blocking from behind. They didn't call it clipping. Little push.
This sellout crowd in Gainesville wants that Gator defense to produce some offense here as Arkansas State has the ball at the 1-yard line. This game was a couple of thousand short of a sellout as late as a couple of days ago. But it is a jam-packed stadium. They are making a lot of noise as Covington comes out of there with the football and squeezes out about a yard. And that is it.
Now, once again, we saw the stats earlier. Arkansas State has very little in terms of offensive production, but because of a turnover, you know, they did get on the board early.
Monty Groh already a big day. 6 tackles for that Gator defense.
Well, your linebackers are supposed to lead the team in tackles, but generally it's the inside linebackers, and Monty Groh getting a lot more action at that Gator back position in terms of open field tackles this afternoon.
Covington gives to Williams. Williams gets the Indians a bit more breathing room out to the 6. Ben Hanks on the stop. That'll bring up a 3rd down and about 5 for Arkansas State. 9 minutes to play in the first half. Florida 10, Arkansas State 6.
That shade really makes a difference here. This 6 o'clock kickoff was a great idea. The heat was so brutal earlier, but it's nice and cool out there right now. Oh!
Williams, the ball carrier, and was hit deep in the backfield.
Which massive Gator defensive lineman was it? Johnny Church, perhaps?
I think Church was the first man there, and then several others arrived soon thereafter, including big David Bernard.
Bernard might have actually got there. Yeah, he's saying almost had the ball. I think it was Big Dave who got there, and then Church finished him off. There's some young Gators enjoying Saturday evening in college football.
Richardson could be under a lot of pressure from deep in the end zone. He gets it away. Willie Jackson once again lets it hit at the 40. And the Gators will have excellent field position, taking over the football at the Arkansas State 43 after Richardson whacked that ball out of there. 7:48 to go in the first half. Florida still leading 10-6 with very good field position when we come back.
What do the youth of the 90s need?
No matter who you are or what your background is, you're always accepted.
How do today's parents feel?
Raising kids in today's society, this is an invaluable way.
What really reaches teens?
There are people who love us, and we know that they love us.
Why did they come?
They helped me to grow in God.
First Baptist Church of downtown Jacksonville offers today's youth positive opportunities, fun, and excitement. Join us for worship and Bible study this Sunday at an all-new time in a brand-new place.
There's only one way to tame Kong's ferocious appetite. It's at Larry's Giant Subs.
It's the home of the big one, Larry's Giant Subs. Long live the king of subs, Larry's Giant Subs. I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind.
Gators with the ball in Arkansas State territory at the Indians 44 on first down.
Got that starting lineup back in the game now.
Terry Dean finds Willie Jackson. Jackson A 4-yard pickup. The senior out of Gainesville.
Of course, Willie's dad, one of the first black athletes in the history of Florida football in the late 60s.
1970, I think. Was it 69 or 70? He and Leonard George.
Yeah, I think it was 1970. They were freshmen. And
Leonard
now,
George came too.
23 years later, his son's out there, a superstar in college football.
You know, Willie got one of the last scholarships the Gators had coming out of P.K. Young High School. He was not heavily recruited.
I recall that there was a lot of doubt as to what he might be able to do, but those doubts are over.
No more. The senior has really become one of the top wideouts in college football. Here he is again. And this is what really makes him special, his ability to run with the ball after he catches it.
David,
First down, Florida.
He reminds me of Nat Moore, the great Florida running back who became a wide receiver for the Dolphins, one of the greatest Dolphins ever, one of the greatest Gators ever, Nat Moore. Willie Jackson has that ability to catch and run and catch. You know, he would be a great back in a lot of college football teams. Coming out of the backfield, you know, catching the ball.
Terrific athlete. He played with the Gator basketball team in his first year on campus. Still likes to play basketball. Dean all day to throw. Dumps it to Rhett. Gain of about 6. Rhett caught 55 passes last year. And that's a quality that should serve him well as he moves on to the next level of football.
Now, let's see. There was a Georgia tailback that went out early this year that went as the #1 draft pick, and I think Eric Rhett's every bit as good as...
I do, too. I do, too. He can really catch that ball, and his speed is a little better this year after some very disciplined off-season workouts. Little Jack Jackson. Good block by Randolph. Jackson inside the 20 to the 18.
Both backs, David. Not only Randolph was out there, but Eric Rhett also on the quick screen to Jack Jackson. We talked about the huge year he had as a freshman, the greatest freshman year ever by a Florida receiver.
Man, that's saying something, too, isn't it? There have been some great receivers since freshman eligibility that have come through this university.
Yeah, he's a terrific talent, and it's only going to get better. 2 more years we got a chance to watch him play. After this one, yeah.
Well, the inside blitz by Lawson almost got Dean. What a throw by Dean, and the ball is caught, and down he goes at the 1. The forward progress stopped there. Harrison Houston made the catch. What a throw by Dean off the wrong foot, it appeared, under pressure from Lawson.
Yeah, the play breaks down initially because there's some pressure on Terry Dean, and 2 of the receivers wind up in the same corner. Let's see what happens here. There's a inside linebacker. Eric Rhett does a nice job. Terry says, I cannot stay there. It's too hot right there, so he sprints out to the right. I don't know if he's throwing to Jack or Harrison, and he doesn't care. Harrison Houston, oh, yeah, he made the catch and fumbled out of bounds. It was a catch and fumble.
Meanwhile, Lawson, the man who came blitzing up the middle and made Dean throw off the right foot, and I mean that is in the wrong foot. He threw off his right foot and really showed some great arm strength there, Jim, throwing backpedaling as he did. But Lawson is shaken up on the play.
Marcus Lawson's played a terrific football game, too. This would be a huge loss for them. He's a terrific talent. Eric Rhett's going to chop him right there on the knee. Sometimes they want that back to stick him right in the helmet, but Eric Rhett said, he's a little bit bigger than I am. I'm going to go low. There's the catch by Harrison Houston. But as Eric Rhett went low, and you can do that in the interior, any block outside has to be waist high, but in the interior, you can chop him like that.
We talk a lot about Rhett's ball-carrying skills and his pass-catching skills, but he's also an excellent blocker. Number 33 for the Gators. And that block he made on Lawson there saved that particular play. We hope it didn't damage Lawson's career. As the senior from Hermitage, Tennessee, is a talented player. He's walking off under his own power as Lawson, so he's going to be all right.
Well, your great backs not only have to be talented, they have to have a lot of courage. And the courage comes in when those linebackers are coming at them that outweigh them 20 or 30 pounds, and they got to stick them. And Rhett did the job right there. First of all, you got to be alert mentally, and then you got to do it physically, and he did both.
So Lawson is okay. The Gators have the ball at the Indian 1-yard line. Randolph and Rhett line up behind Dean. The pitch to Eric Rhett. He's in for the touchdown.
Second effort. The second effort of Eric Rhett finishes off the touchdown run. Put that graphic up again, will you, on Larry Smith? Larry Smith was a great tailback when I played for the Gators in the late 60s, and Eric Rhett just tied his career touchdown record.
Rhett now with 24 touchdown carries. Bart Edmiston will attempt the extra point. I'm sorry, that's Judd Davis for the extra point, and the kick is in the air, and it is good. That'll make it 17-6.
Yeah.
You look at Eric Rhett celebrating with Randolph.
Yeah, Randolph probably has an excellent block. You see Randolph on the left. Someone's pulling out in front of him, too. Who is that? That's number 62, Dean Golden. Eric Rhett with the second effort. He was hit initially. The second effort, he throws himself into the end zone.
Rhett at 5'11", 214 pounds. Certainly has the build for a pro-type running back. The speed, the strength, pass-catching ability. We saw his ability to block. He has quite a future if all goes well for him.
And he's taken some risks coming back and playing.
Yes,
when you're allowed to go out early now in the NFL, there was a time throughout the history of the NFL you could not come out early. Now the young men have a chance to do that, but Eric Rhett says, no, I'm going to go back to Florida for my senior year, and we're all glad to see him out there.
The kicking shuffle continues. Bart Edmiston will kick off again after Davis hit the extra point. Florida now 17-6 over Arkansas State with 5:17 to go in the first half. And again, Edmiston does a nice job of kicking the ball through the end zone. Arkansas State will have to bring it out to the 20. The Indians have one first down in this football game. They got it very early in the first quarter. Arkansas State scored first in this game when they recovered a Willie Jackson fumble and took the ball in from 12 yards out in 2 plays. Here's a look at the Gators' 44-yard touchdown drive set up, and let's don't forget, by an excellent punt by Shane Edge, which put Arkansas State deep in their own end of the field, and then Rhett carried it in from 1 yard out.
That was a punt by Edge and the coverage of Kedra Malone that allowed that field position to happen for the Gators.
Penalty flag goes down as I think the clock ran out on Arkansas State.
Have delay a game, too much time, offensive team.
Jimmy Harper, veteran Southeastern Conference official.
Well, that Gator defense is really getting the job done.
Well, there's some new faces out there, too, right now. Darren Hambrick is on the field. Cameron Davis, I think, is also out there, big 56.
Anthony Riggins.
Davis just got his eligibility verified this past week. Davis is 56. Keep an eye for him. Right now, he's chasing Covington on a naked bootleg. Dexter Daniels chased Covington out of bounds at the 24.
You know, Cameron Davis knew his responsibility was to check the quarterback. And he checked him, and then he checked him again, and then the third time he realized he really had the football, and he started chasing. Watch, now he's good. Watch, he's going to go inside. Now he's going to look, says no, no, no. Oh, he does have it. He was thinking about doing the right thing. He was halfway doing the right thing, but the quarterback did such a good job, Covington did, of hiding the ball that the play worked.
Second down and 7. Kim Johnson tripped up behind the line of scrimmage. Looked like Big William Gaines, Big Nasty back there, 94. There's Hambrick, one of the real outstanding young freshman on this team. Hambrick going to get a lot of playing time. A true freshman. Played at Pasco County High School. What a tremendous all-around athlete this young man was. A decathlon athlete in high school. Let's see. He high jumped 7'1" 3/4 in high school.
Oh my! I had a chance to do that high school state championship, and he was so impressive, and he got your attention right away as he just ran onto the field to warm up. Coach John Reeves was doing some heavy recruiting at that time and was able to get him to come to Florida.
Dennison, the receiver, and he is taken down by Anton Lott, cousin of Ronnie Lott, the great All-Pro for many years. The National Football League. Anton out of Jacksonville Rains High School. Well, he is a good-looking young player, and Eddie Lake and Anton Lott, those two, quite a combination there on that right corner.
And they say the secondary will be stronger this year, even with the loss of 2 seniors from the unit, graduating from the 92 team. But these kids are so talented, that secondary is going to be even better, even though there's been some changes made. No changes up front, though, with all that talent coming back.
Kyle Richardson back to punt for the 6th time this afternoon. Gators had a good rush on. Willie Jackson will fair catch this one. Maybe some instruction from the sideline. Caution Willie to take a little bit better care of the football here.
I mean, Steve Babick or one of the coaches?
Steve Babick is who I was referring to. I don't know what the coaches said to him, but I saw Babick grab him by the collar.
Yeah, you and I are trying to coach him, aren't we?
41-yard kick without a return by Richardson.
You know, one of the things that is different about Terry Dean from Shane Matthews that we've read in the preseason was that Terry's a really aggressive personality. You know, he's liable to grab one of those offensive linemen and shake them up a little bit, where Shane led by calmness and cool. Terry's more active.
Oh, nice job by Rhett. Breaking tackles out to the 45. A 14-yard carry. And a first down for the Gators.
Eric Rhett continues to lead by example, doesn't he? I don't think there's an athlete that works harder all week long and gets the results on Saturday afternoon any better than Eric Rhett.
Not overly impressive numbers yet, but you get the feeling he's just warming up. Dean connects with Jack Jackson. Little guy to the 40-yard line of Arkansas State. Brandon Llewellyn on the coverage for the Indians.
Once again, the dragging route underneath the safeties.
First down for the Gators at the 41. Time winding down in the second quarter. 2:44 to go in the period. Dean, a quick screen again to Willie Jackson. Nice cut to the outside. Jackson with great speed. He's to the 5.
Oh, he got in. Oh, he got in. Yes, he did.
Touchdown, Willie Jackson.
The great Carlos Alvarez from the John Reeves era. Now Willie Jackson tied Carlos Alvarez for touchdowns. I was really afraid the official wasn't going to give him that touchdown after that super effort. I thought they were going to say he might have gone down early before he crossed the goal line, but
Willie almost celebrated too soon there.
Was he celebrating? I thought he was just trying to
maybe he was throwing the ball out there to get it over the line, but
I thought that's what he was doing.
He wanted it badly, didn't he? He wanted that 6 points, and he got it, 23-6. And Edmiston will attempt the extra point. That will make it a 24-6 football score as Terry Dean and Willie Jackson have just connected for another Gator touchdown.
Now, David, Willie Jackson knows right now what he wants to do. He's going to dip inside, and right there he says, I got to get outside in a hurry. There's a stiff arm, and now he really turns on the speed that you mentioned a lot of people that recruited him in high school didn't really think he had, and he was stretching out for the end zone and says, yep, I got it. There's the screen. Yeah, the block was a little early. Harrison Houston made contact on the block before the ball was really caught, but the official saying, hey, it was close enough.
Now watch Jackson with the stiff arm, and there he raises the ball up and tries to cradle it.
Oh!
Get over, and he does. He was in.
But did you see him step out of bounds? Maybe his the ball broke the plane before he stepped out of bounds.
Let's check with Steve Babick on the sideline. Steve?
You know, guys, Rich Tootin, when he came in here, had to convince a few veterans about his program. Two of the guys that might have been slow to take it early but took it strong were Eric Rett and Willie Jackson. They got stronger and they got faster. I bet Willie Jackson had a good old handshake there for Rich Tootin after that display of some speed there. Nice play by Willie Jackson.
Just enough speed to get in for the touchdown. And that's all that matters. Remember a running back here just a couple of years ago named Emmitt Smith who had just enough speed to outrun the other guy, and he still has that ability if he ever gets signed in the National Football League.
Yeah, they got a game Monday night. He better get signed in a hurry. He's not signed yet.
No.
And it's what, Saturday night here in Gainesville?
And they play Monday against Washington.
Oh, well.
Arkansas State scored early in this game after they recovered a Florida fumble, and their offense has not been heard from since.
Well, and you would expect that, really, coming into this battle. You expected it to be like this. The Gators dominating with their depth. Coming off an excellent season last year. These Indians were 2-9 last year.
Oh, a tough run by Marquise Williams. He ran over Eddie Lake. Pretty good-looking freshman, this Williams, out of Baton Rouge. Florida scoring drive, an impressive 69 yards in only 3 plays.
That 53 seconds beats the 59-second drive just a few moments ago, right? Terry Dean said, hey,
that's easy.
Now I got this figured out.
He says, throw it to Willie and let him do most of the work.
Or Jack. Or Harrison.
That was an 8-yard carry by Williams. Ruffin and Dennison, the wide receivers. Williams, the only setback, and he'll get the pitch. That gap closed quickly. I think Johnny Church, Matt Pearson, they're in Hambrick.
Hambrick does a beautiful job of getting leverage right there as they try and get outside position on him. He kept his leverage. Here they're coming right to the Gator left side. The defense's left side. You see Hambrick fighting for position. There's Larry Kennedy, who's a terrific cornerback. It's really fun to watch Larry Kennedy play football. He's
racks up a lot of tackles for a man at that position. Cornerbacks don't ordinarily make a lot of tackles, but Kennedy had 76 last year as a sophomore. Third down and short. Gaines went over the line, but was he drawn? Now Gaines went over but came back. If he didn't make contact,
offside, defensive team, violation.
Gaines must have made contact on the center. But if Gaines steps across there, Jim, and then gets back without making contact, and then an offensive lineman moves and the Gators come over, and that's 5 yards against Arkansas State. That apparently was not the case there.
Yeah, the defense can do anything they want to in that neutral zone except get caught there when the ball snapped or
make contact.
Offense, once those guys are set, they cannot move an iota.
That's Arkansas State's second first down of the game. Williams on a sweep. Turns the corner. Lake is there. Wright is there. Lawrence Wright. That's another first down, I think, for the Indians.
Big Jesse Miller, number 69, the offensive guard, does a beautiful job of pulling and leading. And we saw the 8-yard carry a moment ago, and then this carry, that's 2 of their biggest offensive plays of the game. Look at the guard, number 69, leading the action. Jesse Miller right there gets just enough block on the inside linebacker, Matt Pearson. And there's the punishing running back. He delivers that blow, doesn't he? He doesn't get tackled. He becomes the hitter himself.
All-state running back in the state of Louisiana last year as a senior in high school. Looks like he might be a pretty good one in the Big West Conference. On first down, Henry McMillan drives down Williams after a pickup of about a yard or two. Time winding down in the first half. Only 17 seconds to go
You talk about that Big West Conference, you're talking about Louisiana Tech, New Mexico State, Northern Illinois, San Jose State, Nevada. NLB, who played Clemson a real tough game today. Southwestern Louisiana, Pacific, Utah State. How did Northern Illinois get in the Big West?
I don't know. That's a good question. They didn't pass geography out there, perhaps. Well, Steve Spurrier has a 24-6 halftime lead. May not be the happiest man in Gainesville, Florida right now, but he has a comfortable advantage as he heads to the locker room. And we'll be back with more here at Florida Field in just a few moments.
The Labor Day weekend sale at Recreational Factory Warehouse, and for the next 5 days, you can save on everything in the store. Choose from the area's largest selection of portable spas, all direct from the factory, so you skip the middleman and save. 7-foot Mayport portables with full-size reclining lounge and bucket seating, only $8.88. Complete with cover, chemicals, and even free delivery, just $8.88. No money down and no payments till March '94. See your newspaper for details and hurry to the Labor Day weekend sale this Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Labor Day only at Recreational Factory Warehouse, your factory superstore.
Hey, we know you're busy and can't worry about the best time to buy a car, but here's a clue. The Jeep and Eagle clearance. Unlike any other, because it's on great vehicles like Jeep Grand Cherokee or this award winner, Eagle Vision. And we're not shouting, but you get $500 back on 4-cylinder Jeep Wranglers and no charge air on 2-wheel drive Jeep Cherokee Sport. So take a time out. You could save a lot of money here. The Jeep and Eagle clearance. Worth looking into. Hey, we'll see you there.
When I look for tires, I look for value. Sun Tire gives me price, service, and a gold card that gives me more for my money. Brighter people shop Sun Tire.
Tires are important to me. Sun Tire has the performance tires I want at the best prices. And they get the best for my car. Brighter people shop Sun Tire.
Come in this week for a white wall, steel-belted Toyo 800 Plus with an 80,000-mile warranty. Only $39.99. 6 convenient locations. Sun Tire sheds new light on buying tires.
It is halftime at Florida Field, the Swamp in Gainesville, Florida. The Pride of the Sunshine Marching Band entertaining a sellout crowd, and our halftime score is the Gators 24, the Arkansas State Indians 6. It is time now for our halftime feature from the University of Florida.
And now here's some news from the University of Florida.
On the surface, the Melaleuca tree appears to be harmless enough. But in this case, looks can be deceiving. Researchers with the University of Florida's Institute of Food and Agricultural Sciences say the exotic species was brought into this country from Australia nearly 100 years ago, and it has taken over many wetland areas.
Well, it displaces not only native vegetation, because it grows so fast, it takes over sites that are native grasses and other native tree species that don't grow as quickly.
But a new weapon in the battle against Melaleuca may come from the tree itself. Scientists have discovered a fungus growing in a stand of Melaleuca, and it apparently causes partial dieback.
We have inoculated a small group of young trees in the field, and we've seen substantial disease development over a 10-month period.
Although scientists are optimistic about the results of the fungus testing, they believe it'll take an integrated approach to control Melaleuca. Right now, only chemical controls and mechanical harvesting are being used to slow down its growth. But experts say biological controls, like the fungus, may be the pieces that are missing from the Melaleuca puzzle. I'm Linda Kubitz in Gainesville, Florida.
It's time now for a halftime interview. It's our pleasure to introduce the president of the University of Florida, Dr. John Lombardi. 3.5 years on the job now. Dr. Lombardi, give us some idea of some recent successes at the University of Florida.
Well, the University of Florida has done a great job of recruiting merit scholars, and its research productivity has continued to climb, and our work with our faculty teaching program has continued to attract national attention. This is a great place to be.
You mentioned faculty teaching, and that's always a major concern in universities and all school systems. What's being done, and what are you involved with regard to keeping the highest possible level of teachers on board in university systems in Florida?
Well, I think the University of Florida has pioneered a program to try to provide incentives to our faculty who do an outstanding job of productivity and quality in teaching. And it's a unique program. It's probably the first in the nation, and we think that it will have a major impact on continuing the high quality of teaching performance of our faculty.
The university has been classified a graduate research university. What does that mean? And that particular designation, what's the significance of that with regard to the University of Florida?
Well, I think all of our graduate research universities in this country compete against each other in research and the production of PhD students who go out and do the discoveries and create the environment that'll make us all successful in the world ahead. And so we think that it is our mission for the state of Florida to be that kind of a graduate research university, and we're delighted to be able to compete on that court.
Thank you, Dr. Lombardi. We appreciate your coming by at halftime.
My pleasure.
We'll be back with more here at Florida Field in just a moment.
7 no-hitters, 300 wins, over 5,000 strikeouts, and one of the most feared pitchers in baseball history. Now we're honoring Nolan Ryan's farewell season in the Legends Gold Stamp Series. These official 23-karat gold stamps can be yours in this special TV offer. These stamps are handsomely displayed in a special collector's presentation wallet and come with a free first-day cover with a paper stamp canceled on the first day of issue, along with its own numbered certificate of authenticity. You get the Nolan Ryan gold stamp, the presentation wallet, and the free baseball collector's card for only $39.95. Any baseball fan will want to remember the legend of Nolan Ryan. Here's how to order.
Have your credit card ready and call 1-800-428-0770 to receive your set of Nolan Ryan stamps. Or send $39.95 plus $4.50 shipping and handling to P.O. Box 2345C, Grand Central Station, New York, New York. Or call toll-free now, 1-800-428-0770.
One more time, big guy.
Because not every kid who deserves a scholarship to college gets one. First Union introduces the Reality Check, the hassle-free loan that can help make realities out of dreams. Because you've decided the one thing your second home must have is wheels, First Union introduces the Reality Check, the hassle-free loan that can make reality a beautiful place to be.
At Long John's, get what you want any way you want it. From combo platters to baked meals, from value packs to $1.99 specials.
You can get your wish. Go fish. Long John Silver.
Go for one of our 3 great $1.99 specials. And don't forget to add a piece.
David Steele and Jim Yarborough with you back at Florida Field. Halftime continuing. The Gators with a 24-6 lead against the Arkansas State Indians. And, well, certainly Arkansas State put a scare into the Gators early in that first half after they took a 6-0 lead, Jim, but the Gators righted themselves and looked pretty strong going into the locker room.
I think Terry Dean's very comfortable right now in that locker room after having success getting the football down the field, getting that passing game going. Eric Retz had some big moments, and that Gator defense has really shut the Indians down completely.
All right, let's take a look at some first half highlights. As we said, Arkansas State scored first in this game, and here's how they did it. After they recovered a fumbled punt at the 12-yard line, freshman Marquise Williams carried the ball in for the touchdown.
Yeah, Willie Jackson had given the ball up on the 12-yard line, and the Indians took advantage by crunching in for the first score of the afternoon. Williams doing a nice job on this opportunity.
Gators kicked the field goal. Eric Rett scored on a short touchdown run, and then Terry Dean connected with Jack Jackson.
Fantastic protection, and Terry Dean lays the ball way out in front of Jack Jackson so he can run under it because there's no one there to threaten him. He has a step on the defensive back and simply runs under the football.
Well, Jack was not the only Jackson to score a touchdown in the first half. Terry Dean to Willie Jackson.
Here's the guy that that receiver corps looks to for leadership. A quick screen. Harrison Houston with the block out there. Eric Rett's going to get a block right there as well. Willie breaks back to the sideline, and they talked about the speed and conditioning program that the Gators have taken advantage of this spring with Coach Rich Tootin, and Willie sprints rapidly into the end zone there.
Florida's defense much improved, it would appear, in the first half of this football game. They really stuffed Arkansas State. McMillan and Hanks, two key players on that particular play, Jim, but overall the Gator defense was outstanding in the first half of the game.
Well, the Indians with only 64 yards total offense in the first half.
All right, well, that's the way it looks at this point with the Gators on top 24-6. We'll have a complete look at first half statistics when we come back in just a moment.
Your Southern Ford dealer, Mike Davidson's Discount Ford Mart, offers you huge Labor Day mega closeout savings for this weekend, featuring
low buy and own payment,
as well as the low lease payments you've been hearing about. Interest rates 5.99% APR, rebates as high as $2,900, discounts up to $6,000. You'll be amazed at how little you pay to buy and own all this big weekend. It's Labor Day, it's mega, it's closeout. 3 great reasons to pay less at Mike Davidson's Discount Ford Mart, Atlantic, across from Regency Square, where
profit is no object.
There's only one way to tame Kong's ferocious appetite. It's at Larry's Giant Subs.
It's the home of the big one, Larry's Giant Subs. Long live the king of subs, Larry's Giant Subs.
This place.
The 99-cent Whopper. It's a small price to pay for the #1 preferred burger. The great-tasting flame-broiled Whopper. Now just 99 cents, only at Burger King.
I love this place.
Now, only at Burger King, get 3 great-tasting international chicken sandwiches with your favorite toppings. French, American, and Italian style. Try one today and get it your way right away.
I love this place.
All over Arkansas State as our halftime stats brought to you by AC Delco. It's like buying time.
Terry Dean has more passing yardage now, David, in one half than he had in his entire career coming into this ball game. He had a shade over 100 yards 2 years ago. Last year he had about 180 yards throwing the football. Right now he's got 230 yards at halftime.
And 284 total yards for the Gators and only 3 penalties in game 1. That has to be a good sign as well. Arkansas State, statistically, not much to talk about there. Only 3 first downs. A little bit of rushing with Marquise Williams. A couple of good carries late in the first half. And only 5 passing yards. 1 out of 1 were the Indians in the first half throwing the football.
It's hard to believe they've only put the ball in the air with success one time. And they've had very little success running the football. They took advantage of that field position early, and that was about it.
And no turnovers by Arkansas State. It has been a cleanly played football game through the first half. The Gators 24, Arkansas State 6. And the second half will begin when we return.
Why are all these people lined up? Milk. Steam, coffee. Cafe au lait for about $1.50 a pop, huh? Hey, couldn't they also microwave some milk and make their own at home for about a dime? Just a thought. Milk, good fast food. It does a body good. Uh-oh, late for work again. What about breakfast? Yogurt, very healthy, and some OJ. And a banana, very smart. Yeah, great tie. Oh, yeah, you're a pro at this. Hey, where are you going? What, are you in a hurry? Yogurt, good fast food for the bakers of milk. Ow.
Visit Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington to try and tame the Kentucky Wildcats. Saturday, September 11th at 11:30.
Mickey Mantle, one of the greatest ball players in history, voted MVP 3 times, a Golden Glove winner, 16-time All-Star player, one of the best switch hitters of all time, and a member of the Hall of Fame. Now, the Hamilton Collection and Sports Impressions, the leading creator of sports memorabilia in America, present Mickey Mantle as the first issue in a new collector's series entitled The Best of Baseball, honoring superstars like Babe Ruth, Lou Gehrig, and other greats. The Mick's triumphant New York Yankee career is captured on a 6.5-inch fine porcelain plate by renowned artist Roger Tannenbaum and officially authorized by Major League Baseball. Each will be limited to a total of 28 firing days and hand-numbered with a matching certificate of authenticity. Adding to its value is the commemorative border and medal's official signature boat stamped in 23-karat gold. Our 30-day money-back guarantee assures your complete satisfaction. Quantity is limited, demand will be strong. Hit your home run by ordering Mickey Mantle today.
Today's broadcast is brought to you by Dairy Farmers Incorporated. Milk, it does a body good. By First Union, when it comes to service, everything matters. By Norwegian Cruise Lines, when it comes to cruising, nobody else is in our league. By Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealer, the heartbeat of America. By Great Southern Wood, makers of Osmos pressure-treated pine. If it doesn't say Osmos on the little yellow tag, believe me, you don't want it. By AC Delco, it's like buying time. The Swamp, Ben Hill Griffin Stadium. The Gators 24, Arkansas State 6. We're almost set for the second half kick, but first let's go to Steve Babick.
Well, good news in the first half as far as injuries. Nothing to report. All the guys are doing well. They checked about liquids and the dehydration factor. 83 degrees, 84% humidity. They're still keeping an eye on that, but everything okay from down here.
All right, Blake Dennison returns the second half kick out to the 25-yard line. You recall that Arkansas State won the toss of the coin before the game and deferred till the second half, so they got the football to start the second half, and they'll have it from their 25. Johnny Covington completed the only pass he attempted in the first half. Was 1 for 1 for 5 yards.
He'll be attempting a few more than that in this third quarter. I got to believe that.
Covington, the sophomore from Austin, Texas. He sends Reginald Murphy in motion and will throw on first down. The pass is caught by Jerome McIntosh. McIntosh is stopped for very little gain by linebacker Dexter Daniels. Monty Groh also there.
That was a quick hitch. No screen opportunity, no quick screen, just a quick hitch. He's all by himself out there, and they had hoped that maybe he could break a tackle. He was able to get a couple of yards, maybe 3.
You know, Arkansas State did something in the first half that they were unable to do for their first 3 games last year, and that's score a point. They didn't score last year until their 4th game of the season. Under Ray Perkins, his only year as head coach at Arkansas State. Nowhere to run. Ellis Johnson was there.
Ellis Johnson, big number 61.
Kim Johnson took the handoff, and Johnson almost took the ball away from him. Johnson, great quickness for a man 6'3", 276 pounds. Folkston, Georgia, majoring in American Studies.
Like those shaved heads these days, though.
Good-looking guy, isn't he? 3rd down and 8. 3rd down and 11, I should say. Covington wants timeout. Didn't like something as he looked out across the line of scrimmage. So he's going to take a timeout and talk with Coach Bobo about what to do here. 13:24 to go in the 3rd period. Gators 24, Indians 6.
Then you'd better hurry to your local Jeep and Eagle dealer's year-end clearance, because the 93 four-wheel drive Jeep Grand Cherokees are available with a V8 engine at no extra charge. This is your best chance to get a Grand Cherokee with a 220 horsepower V8, 6,500 pound towing capacity, and standard driver's side airbag at huge savings. But you'd better act fast, because when these powerful V8s are gone, so are these powerful savings.
See your Florida, South Georgia Jeep and Eagle dealer.
When you want competitive rates on your automobile coverage, turn to the power of J.P. Perry. When you want the most protection for your home, turn to the power of J.P. Perry. When you want one policy to cover all your family's needs and possessions, turn to the power of J.P. Perry.
As an independent agent representing quality companies such as CNA Insurance, J.P. Perry has the power to offer you the best and complete personal insurance coverage. Put the power of J.P. Perry to work for you and your family.
Early in the third quarter, Florida leading Arkansas State. Don't forget the Fighting Gators take on the Kentucky Wildcats this Saturday, September 11th at 11:30 p.m. Sports Channel will be right there to bring you all the excitement from Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington, Kentucky. Catch all the action here on Sports Channel. Check local listings for Sports Channel and Gator Vision coverage in your area.
Last year, the Gators' first game of the season was an SEC battle with Kentucky right here. This year, they open up with a non-conference opponent, Arkansas State. I think you'd rather have it this way with a chance to get your team,
I think so too,
one game under their belt before they start the conference battles.
Arkansas State has not cashed in yet on third down conversions, and they still have not. They tried the shuttle pass to Johnson. Johnson was hit again by Ellis Johnson.
No relation, I assume.
Ellis they might be after today, as close as they've become.
Look how quick Ellis Johnson is, big number 61. I think Big Nasty, is that the nickname?
That's Gaines.
Oh, that's William Gaines.
Big William Gaines.
Well, maybe Ellis Johnson will be Bigger Nasty. I don't know. He's
quick and nasty.
Yeah.
Richardson back to punt from the 8. Willie Jackson had kind of a schizophrenic first half returning punt.
Nice punt.
Great kick by Richardson. Willie's going to try and salvage something out of it, but they've got good coverage.
Oh, late hit.
Nice play.
Yeah, they're going to call
nice
late
play
hit.
by Freddie Wilson, but there was a late hit.
Eddie Robinson. You know what Willie Jackson does so well there? He does not allow that ball to bounce. Now that punt return makes a lot more sense than the others that we talked about earlier. That was an excellent play, because if the ball bounces, it's going to go maybe another 15 or 20 yards. He stops the football by catching it and then picks up a couple extra yards, but Eddie Robinson's going to get a couple more yards tacked onto that one.
Dead ball after the play is over. Personal foul, receiving team. The first and 20.
And first and 20 for the Gators, and a new quarterback, Danny Warfel, has checked in to handle this Florida offense. The redshirt freshman, second-year player out of Fort Walton High School. Really sparkled in the spring and throughout the preseason. He was a solid player last spring. In fact, in the orange and blue game, he was outstanding. 15 out of 25 he completed. What a high school quarterback this young man was, too, at Fort Walton Beach High School. Led that team as a senior to a 14-0 record.
I think he set a state of Florida record for pass completion percentage, over 60% during his high school career.
He's going to throw on his first opportunity and completes it to Chris Doring, the Chris Collinsworth lookalike out of Gainesville. So those two youngsters connect on the first offensive play from the line of scrimmage in the second half of this ball game.
I know you love this kid. You're a personal friend of Chris Collinsworth, and obviously I really enjoyed watching Chris Collinsworth play during his college career in the NFL. And Doring is a lookalike, isn't he?
Boy, he is physically, facially, in all respects. Lean and lanky. Doring out of Gainesville. Danny Warfel directing the Florida offense. Nice job of scrambling, and Warfel is going to get some pretty good yardage before he steps out of bounds at the 36, about a 7-yard gain. Brad Davis was there to make the stop for Arkansas State.
You know, we talked about the academic brilliance of Terry Dean. Danny Warfel is like 3'7", 3'8" in civil engineering. You know, these kids aren't going to make too many mental mistakes on the field, these two quarterbacks. They're typically going to throw to the right guy, call the right play, make the right check off. Really nice to have the comfort of knowing that you got some academic brilliance on the field as well as the physical talent, especially at that quarterback position.
Chris Bilkey is also back in that Gator backfield instead of Kelvin Randolph. And Tony Davis, the backup tailback, squirts to the 45 or maybe the 46. Florida gets another first down. Brandon Llewellyn. there to make the stop.
And remember, it was Kedra Malone, the number 2 tailback last year. Now Kedra's gone to defense, and they've given this assignment to Tony Davis, and it's an assignment that's in good hands because, as we talked about earlier, Tony Davis, an outstanding high school basketball player and obviously a tremendous football talent.
Sean Nunn is in the ball game at tight end, lined up on the left side of the line.
Oh.
Looked like maybe a mishandled snap. Or not sure what happened. Orful.
More like a pratfall there, huh? Let's see what happens. Is it going to be, the center? Oh,
no, the left guard.
Or was it one of the big beefy guys up there stepped right on
I think Jeff Mitchell, 71, backed up and stepped on his foot. Mitchell's lined up at the left guard spot.
Danny's going to say, what are you guys doing?
2nd and 12. Orful scrambling around back there and throws it incomplete, trying to hit Bilkey. Dan played tight end for Ohio State. Chris Bilkey.
O's on the end, high in the middle. I had a couple of good friends play at Ohio State. Used to sing that school song.
That'll bring up 3rd down for the Gators. Doring is wide out to the left side. Orful back to throw. And the ball is caught by Darrell Frazier.
There's your 6-pack +1 right there. There's your +1.
Yep. We talked about the 6, and Frazier not among them. Top 6 receivers on this football team, but he's a pretty good one.
You'll recall that Trey Everett, who caught 18 passes, is the only receiver not coming back, not playing in the 93 season. Trey Everett's graduated, but everybody else is back, and this young man's moved into the rotation. Darrell Frazier, probably the fastest wide receiver, huh?
One of them, and they are many when it comes to speed. Orful had good protection that time and showed good patience, too, in waiting for the man to pop open. Short drop. Orful runs out of the pocket again. Danny will have a first down inside the 35. Nice job at scrambling by the freshman quarterback, Brad Davis, to make the stop for the Indians. You know, we'd heard about Terry Dean's scrambling ability, but look at Danny Orful here. He shows some nifty footwork.
Well, he's got the second group of offensive linemen in there with him, too, but they're doing the job protecting him. He just didn't like what he had seen downfield, so he says, I'll just tuck that ball away and go with it.
On first down from the 33-yard line, Orful back to throw. Penalty flag is down. Orful connects with Aubrey Hill. There's another flag down on this side of the field. I think we may have 2 different penalties. Hill goes down at the 20. Gators with a lot of young folks up there on the offensive front. Let's see what this penalty is.
Got offside defensive team. Penalty is declined.
No, it's the same penalty. Line judge on each side picked it up. The Gators have Kevin Johnson at center. See Steve Spurrier. Well, he's a hands-on coach, isn't he?
What happened to the visor? I guess he decided since we were playing a 6 o'clock kickoff, he didn't need it, or else he threw it to the ground and never picked it up earlier in the game. You know, that visor count was
it's an important stat for Gator fans.
Yeah, it was. Everybody paid attention to that, but he took it off earlier. Oh, watch out!
There came Delray Stevens crashing in off the right side to sack Danny Orful.
He was not blocked. It's easy to sack the quarterback if nobody touches you. I don't know what the breakdown was right there, but there was one man more than the Gators could account for there rushing from that left side.
Steve Spurrier giving some second and in some cases third-team linemen an opportunity here early in the 3rd period. Gators have moved the ball, but now they're 2nd down and almost 20. Warfel with good protection this time, and he's got a man open. Darrell Frazier. Frazier bounces into the end zone. He was propelled into the end zone by Andre Bond of Arkansas State.
Yeah, where are those games in the
Nintendo?
No,
It's like a video game.
No, the old games when we were in college.
Pinball.
Pinball, yeah, that was it. It looked like a pinball, a boomerang and pinball.
Darrell Frazier and Danny Warfel. Warfel's first touchdown pass as a Florida Gator. I think Frazier caught one. We're going to double check. He caught one last year at Tennessee. I thought I remembered one
he's so
touchdown
fast.
catch.
But he got faster. He got faster when he boomeranged up there, didn't he?
He looked like he was shot out of a cannon after bouncing off of Bonds. Judd Davis with the extra point. Now let's take a look.
This is going to be fun. Watch this. Pinball bounce. Says, okay, I got it. No problem.
Tough to see from that angle,
didn't do it justice.
He got a shoulder pads that popped him into the end zone.
One of those situations where you had to be there to appreciate it.
Danny Warfel, whose father is a chaplain in the Air Force, says a little prayer of thanksgiving, perhaps, as he throws his first touchdown pass. 31-6, the Gators on top big.
At Huggins and Open Tire, we know you've got a tough road ahead. But don't panic. We sell Kelly tires. When the going gets tough, get going to Huggins and Open Tire for complete tire service, brakes, alignment, and complete undercar service.
Afford a new Ford right now. Kings Crown Ford is selling brand new Fords at drastic closeout prices. It's Kings Crown Ford's history-making Labor Day closeout sale. Prices slashed on every car, every truck in stock. All must go. Savings up to $7,000. Financing as low as 6.5%. Up to $2,000 cash back. The lowest price, lowest payments guaranteed. Kings Crown Ford. Phillips Highway, 3 blocks south of the Avenues Mall.
She was a real professional. He was not. Kim Basinger and Val Kilmer star in Universal Pictures' The Real McCoy. And you and a friend can see it free. Just stop by Barnett Jewelers on the first floor of the Independent Life Building in downtown Jacksonville and see if you can pick out The Real McCoy. And while you're there, pick up your free pass for 2 and enjoy the special sneak preview Wednesday, September 8th. The Real McCoy, brought to you by Barnett Jewelers, the First Coast Entertainer, AMC Regency Mall 6, and TV 47.
Swap, and the Gators 31 and Arkansas State 6. Florida pull away now after a slow start. Bart Edmonston kicking off. And again, he kicks it through the end zone. And that'll bring a lot of smiles to the faces on that Gator coaching staff, because that is the best defense of a good return team. Just kick it right through there. That might not make a difference in this ball game, but down the road, if Edmonston can keep kicking them that deep, it's got to help. Here's the scoring drive for the Gators. They took it 90 yards in 10 plays and chewed up a good portion of the clock here in the third period. Danny Warfel, the freshman from Fort Walton, with his first touchdown pass.
And his first opportunity, his first drive, that's something Terry Dean couldn't get done. He had much worse field position, but Danny Warfel comes out the first time with a second group in front of him and goes down the field.
That is a good catch by Dennison under, I think, what would be fair to term it as extreme pressure. Eddie Lake was all over him, 18 on 18. Blake Dennison ranks number 7 all-time Arkansas State in pass receptions, 55 coming into today's game. Let's take a look at the attendance for this season opener. The 1993 season only brings in 84,051 to the Swamp. What a great crowd. Second largest home opener ever.
The largest was Steve Spurrier's inaugural ball game.
Here's Harris rolling out. He's got good speed on the corner, but steps out of bounds at the 32. That should be good for a first down for the Indians.
They want to pass, but they just can't get the ball down the field.
Steve Babick standing by on the sideline. Steve, what have you got?
Well, first of all, in the second half kickoff, Jason Bartley re-injured that left ankle sprain and is out. And I'll tell you what is more important now is the right ankle of James Bates Jr. As you see, he's wearing a protective ankle boot to keep that ankle okay. Obviously wasn't cleared to play today, but Lexington could happen. It's day-to-day with that ankle getting better. With that inside linebacker position, not a lot of depth. You'd like to see a James Bates Jr. available.
Hopefully James will be back. I know he'd like to play against Tennessee in a couple of weeks. Maybe next week, though, on first down. Arkansas State moving the ball out across the 35. Johnny Church on the bottom of the stack.
Johnny Church played last year as a true freshman. The smallest of the front four when he's on the field.
Now, I say Bates, I'm sure, would like to play against Tennessee, and the reason being his dad was a great player at the University of Tennessee and
had been a coach there.
Right, and
he's from there, yeah.
Yeah, the Gators, when they recruited Junior James, he was living in Sevierville, which is just outside of Knoxville, Tennessee. So that'll be a big one for him. Second down and about 6. Harris throwing, and the timing was off on that pattern between Harris and Dennison. Blake Dennison, the intended receiver, and Eddie Lake had good coverage on it. That'll bring up a third down play for the Indians.
They just cannot, with any consistency at all, move the chains. The Gator defense just too tough. Look at the arms on Ellis Johnson. It looks like somebody's legs hanging out of his jersey there, doesn't it?
Tree trunks. His veins are bigger than my arms. It's 3rd and 6. On the draw, Marquise Williams fighting, struggling to get the first down, but Monty Groh wrapped him up.
Dexter Daniels as well from the inside linebacker position. He stayed home, saw the draw was coming, but it's hard to hang on to Marquise Williams. He's a good back. He's just overmatched out there this afternoon. But he's certainly putting the effort.
4th down, and I don't see a punter coming in for Arkansas State. They've got 4th and a yard and a half.
16 carries, 55 yards.
I tell you what, there will be some good running backs in the Southeastern Conference that won't put up numbers that good against this Florida defense.
You're exactly right.
Arkansas State is going to go for it with little to lose here in the 3rd quarter, trailing 31-6. And I think they brought Ellis Johnson all over the line. The snap count got Ellis.
Well, we were just complimenting him on his arms.
Violation is wrong.
But he's got a fink out there as well, and they baited him across the line of scrimmage.
That might have been all that Arkansas State intended to do. They may have never intended to snap the ball here.
And of course, he didn't have a good view of the ball. He was right on top of it. Ellis. The coach is going to say, you're right by the football. How can you move like that? Well, the quarterback baits him across, obviously, with the inflection on his voice.
Another first down for the Indians, so the drive is alive at their 46. Marquise Williams breaking tackles for another first down across the 50 to the 43-yard line of Florida.
Super effort by Williams. Once again, he's a freshman. Like you said, he was an all-state performer out of Baton Rouge, no less.
Yeah, how did he get away from the Tigers?
I don't know. I don't understand. Maybe he was a Willie Jackson type that wasn't heavily recruited, but he's doing a beautiful job out there this evening. Of course, he might have just wanted to get away from home, too.
Also lettered in track in high school. Oh, Mr. Johnson.
They got him mad
and
now.
Bernard. Ellis Johnson was there in a hurry.
Said, okay, tricked me once, but I'm going to get you back. Ellis Johnson right there just exploding across from Stacy Harrell, number 66. Harrell only goes 280 himself, but Ellis has the leverage right there. Busts into the backfield.
Johnson getting a breather now. Second down and 12. 4:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. Harris wants to throw, but he'll not have time, and he goes down. Kevin Carter.
Yeah, Kevin Carter that time stayed outside, and the quarterback was, in essence, flushed out to him. Much like you flush a covey of quail, this time the defensive tackles are going to come in and put the pressure on. He tries to get out to the right, and Kevin says, nope, you're not going to come this way.
Carter had 3.5 quarterback sacks last year as a sophomore. He's being touted for some preseason All-American teams. He is 6'6", 271 pounds. Now it's 3rd and 25. One setback, and there's a quick kick. Tinsley kicks it away.
Well, in 9 years of doing Sports Channel Gator replay, I've never seen a quick kick. We saw it tonight, though, didn't we?
Not something you don't see every night, but we did here at Florida Field. 3:17 to go in the third period, with Florida easily on.
I was losing it back here in the very back of my head, and just totally losing it around. And I think it was thinning here. In the future, I'm just going to have more hair added and keep going from there. I love it. I think it's great.
At International Hair Restoration Systems, you can replace your hair gradually, whether you've just started losing your hair or you've been losing it for many years. Find out about IHRS's exclusive step-by-step process.
Decided I'm not going to wait any longer. I've waited long enough already. So I decided to go right in and get it done.
If there was a way that I could get my hair back gradually, I would do that today. With the gradual process, I could have my hair back and nobody would notice. Would you?
For free information on the step-by-step process, call International Hair Restoration Systems. Don't wait. Call the toll-free number now.
Well, let's take a look. It's 3rd and 25 now. And here's a pitch to Tinsley. And Austin Cohen, we didn't even get a look at it. I think everybody got caught off guard by that play. A quick kick on 3rd down, 3rd and 25.
He wants the ball to rotate end to end, so he'll get a good bounce when it hits the ground, but it was a little wobbly. He didn't get the kind of bounce that they hoped to get, but obviously they wanted to get inside the Gator 10 maybe with that surprise kick, but the Gators are close to the 20.
You know, they had been moving the football on the ground, but just can't throw it. And you get 3rd and 25. I guess they just felt like they had little hope in that situation.
Before the sack, it was their best drive of the whole day, really. The sack put them in a real sad situation there, forced them to kick the ball away.
Warfel's numbers on his first college football opportunity. He hit 4 out of 5 on the last possession. He's given another opportunity.
This time he's got the first line in front of him.
Yeah, and look at Kelvin Randolph with nowhere to run.
Kelvin says, at least when you call my play, give me a little blocking, please. He says, all I do is block all day long. I get the chance to carry it, and everybody goes on vacation.
Loss of 1, 2nd and 11. 2:50 to go in the third quarter. That's Eric Redd in the backfield along with Randolph. Eric Redd gets the handoff. Redd breaks into the open field. Down he goes at the 35. A gain of about 16 yards. Brandon Llewellyn there to make the stop on Eric Redd, who had 46 yards in the first half. 42 yards, rather, on 10 carries. Watch him pick his way through this line.
Nice blocking up front. There's big Reggie Green doing the job at the left tackle position. Clark Watkins has a shot, but can't quite make the hit. You know, the thing that Eric Redd really wanted to improve on was his breaking plays in the open field. He felt like sometimes he was matched up one-on-one and was not able to escape that last tackle.
Redd again, the ball carrier.
Like
Eric
that.
Redd, about 10 yards.
One-on-one, he really had no choice there but to put his head down and try and finish that play off as Llewellyn, the other safety, makes the tackle. When your safeties start leading the defense in tackles, you know you're in trouble, and we keep calling those safeties right now on the tackle. Jimmy Watson with a good block. Kelvin Randolph chopping down the defender right there. Eric Rhett one-on-one with a safety finally deep in the secondary.
Gators have a first down from their 46. Orful throwing for the first time on this possession. Brady dropped the football. Could not have been put in a better spot. Hit him right in the hands.
Oh, and he's shaking his head and his shoulders and saying, oh, my goodness. Oh. Danny Warfel is right on the button. Great speed by Frazier. He split the secondary, and he says, oh, please give me another chance. Crowd still buzzing on that one.
Flag went down before the snap, which would indicate maybe someone moved in that offensive line.
Got a false start. Illegal movement, offensive line, 5 yards.
Jim Watson moved too soon. Big senior, that's the second time he's been penalized in this game.
Yeah, he's shaking his head, saying, doggone it. Something like that.
Making his 25th start, Watson. More than any other Gator offensive lineman. Here's the screen set up for Willie Jackson. Jackson's already broken one big. Won't get away this time from Arkansas State. Good tackle by Tim Williams. That's going to be a third down and a couple for Florida with 1:30 to go in the third period.
You know, at 6'1", he's one of the bigger receivers. You know, there's a lot of receivers playing in All-American caliber football and playing in the NFL that aren't the size of Willie Jackson. That 6'1" frame really allows him the chance to get extra yardage by overpowering the guys trying to tackle him.
Eric Rhett has first down yardage and lots more to the 35. Arkansas State appears to be wearing down. Michael Mason made the tackle. Penalty flag goes down on top. You know, while we have just a minute here, Willie Jackson with that last reception now has 120 career reception, and that ties him with Chris Collinsworth for number 5 spot in the all-time reception list in Florida history. Here's Willie.
Personal foul, defensive team.
Reggie Green got locked up with someone that took an extra shot at him after the play was over, as we continue to look at Willie and talk about that lofty company he's in now. Gator career receiving leaders.
Well, Chris Doering may look like Chris Collinsworth, but Willie Jackson's got his numbers.
That's right. There's Reggie Green. We were talking about Reggie was responsible for getting that extra 15 yards. He was hustling downfield to make a block, and the guy took a cheap shot at him, and the official threw the flag.
Orful in trouble. Scrambles out of there, and a throw is tipped and incomplete. Harrison Houston, whose name we have not called often tonight, and a chance at a big reception, but a good defensive play was made there by number 28. That's Andre Bonds.
Ball was on target, too, wasn't it? It was just excellent defense. Werfel was doing his job. He got it there to be catchable, but the defense was just too tough.
We need to get some more lighting in here, these night games. Bring a flashlight next time we play at night, yeah?
Yeah, we're in our little cave here in the press box.
Of course, you cast such a large shadow.
That's probably it. The light's okay. I need to sit down here.
Orful throwing deep. Houston is there. Touchdown.
Wow. Wow, with capital letters, huh?
Danny Warfel. Boy, is he impressive in his college debut tonight.
Right on target as Harrison Houston breaks to the corner. Look at the smile on Houston. He says, hey, we got some quarterbacks that are going to throw this ball here at 93. Warfel had no doubt where he wanted to go based on the alignment he saw. He figured Harrison Houston was going to be his primary receiver, and oh, look at the break right there. He had the step on the outside, breaks away from number 21, Brad Davis, and Danny Werfel knew that he wanted to go to him all along. Uh-oh, he missed it.
Edmiston misses the extra point attempt, so it'll remain 37-6. Only 33 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Danny Werfel 6 of 9 in 2 drives, 108 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Werfel, I would say probably more of the quiet, unassuming type. Terry Dean a little more vocal and demonstrative in his approach to the game of football. You look at Harrison Houston, and that was his 13th career touchdown reception for the Gators. Kickoff with Sports Channel with the Canadian Football League on Friday, September 10th. Live at 9:30 p.m. The Calgary Stampeders square off against the Edmonton Eskimos at Commonwealth Stadium, not in Lexington, Kentucky, but in Edmonton, Alberta. Check local listings for availability in your area. Gators will be at Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington next Saturday night. We'll have that again on Sports Channel.
You know, you talked about Kerwin playing at Sacramento, the head coach. Kay Stevenson, another former Gator. He was a backup quarterback to Steve Spurrier here in the mid-'60s, and he's had some excellent coaching opportunities, now coaching in that league. Nice that he would have Kerwin join him on the team.
Kerwin was the backup quarterback through that season. I think David Archer was the #1 man for them. Pretty good quarterback in the NFL for some time.
And Archer set many records at LSU. Willie Jackson.
He's had a big game. Willie had 6 receptions at the end of the first half. He's got a couple more, so he's close to 10 now for the game.
Does he really? Well, what's the school record? 13, I think, in one game. Carlos Alvarez? Or
13 sounds right. Ball kicked out of bounds.
We'll have our crack production crew check on that for us. Mr. Keith Allo and Phil Welton down in the truck. They know all these records.
Phil has that off the top of his head, I'm sure.
Well, we hear nothing but silence right now, so they're going to leave us hanging here.
He says a tight end named Yarbrough holds that record.
Oh, yeah.
Illegal procedure. Kicking team. Penalty is declined.
I did catch 5 in one game. That was exciting.
That's close to the record. For tight ends from
Arcadia.
From Arcadia,
yeah. 15 in one game by Carlos Alvarez, who's a great attorney now in Tallahassee. Wears that orange and blue for us up there, waves the flag in Tallahassee for the Gators. Carlos Alvarez, 15 catches back in probably,
I'd say it was the first
70?
sophomore season.
69?
69, I'm guessing. Ben Hanks almost picked it off. 69, which it's been confirmed now. Against Miami. Bet he hated that, being a Miami native.
Yeah, that breaks my heart, too. Those were the days.
He's also in second place with 12. Willie Jackson caught 12 in a game against Auburn 2 years ago.
Well, so he's got a shot at that tonight.
We need to get what's the official count for Willie tonight? Got 7 now officially. Covington almost had that pass taken right away from him. Right at the line of scrimmage, Riggins just about picked it off. Big Anthony, the sophomore from Fort Pierce. He had a brother play at Auburn a couple of years back.
Well, he has 7. I thought he had like 10, but he's got 7. So he's got his work cut out for
7
him.
brothers?
No, 7 catches.
Oh, Willie Jackson.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, crossed up here.
Yeah. Willie Jackson has 7 catches.
Okay. So that would leave him 8 in 1 quarter to tie Carlos Alvarez. Which might be tough to do.
We're quick, aren't we?
It's 3rd and 10, late in the third quarter.
Oh!
Covington hit behind the line, and Gaines took him down. He wrestled him down.
He says, I didn't get a chance to play last year, so I am going to take advantage of this.
Out all of last year with a knee injury.
That's another one of those great players we got out of Mississippi. Shane Matthews, William Gaines. He says, yeah, I like it out here. Nice to be back. Hit me in the head. Make me happy.
William Gaines out of Jackson, Mississippi. That'll be the final play of the third quarter. So the Gators tacked on a few more. After 3, they lead 37-6. We go to the fourth quarter from the Swamp in Gainesville.
It's like somebody's been practicing.
Nope. Private lessons.
Private lessons.
That's right.
Since when does the king of the 65-hour work week have time for private lessons?
On the train, late at night.
Yeah, sure.
No, really, I've been working on my golf game with Golf Magazine. They've got this private lessons section in every issue.
Golf Magazine? Well, that's great if you got a 4 handicap. What about my game?
It doesn't matter, because private lessons are written on 4 playing levels. So no matter what you shoot, they got you covered.
So they even cover my game?
Sure, and they gave me this club bag when I subscribed.
Not bad.
And I saved a bundle. Now Golf Magazine gives me tour highlights and profiles, the Champs Clinic, plus course ratings, equipment reviews, even golf vacation suggestions. Listen, I'll never get out as much as I'd like, but at least with Golf Magazine, I can make the most of it.
Well, I guess I'll call Golf Magazine for some private lessons, too. Oh!
Looks like you should have called a little earlier.
Get away without going far to the Omni Jacksonville Hotel. Pamper each other in luxury, breakfast in bed, deluxe rooms, and Omni service that caters to your every desire. Share an intimate dinner at Juliet's restaurant and experience all the excitement of the Jacksonville landing. Get away without going far. The Omni Jacksonville Hotel across from the landing downtown. Call 355-OMNI for reservations.
Today's broadcast is brought to you in part by Cellular One, the first with the privacy, sound quality, and great rates of a digital cellular network. By Pizza Hut, stop and smell the pizza today. By the healthcare professionals at the University of Florida Shands Sports Medicine Center. By Likes, the right taste every time. By News Sport, your 24-hour sports news source exclusively on Sports Channel Florida. Quick start to this fourth quarter. Larry Kennedy has just electrified 84,000 fans at Florida Field, almost carried it back for a touchdown. Kyle Richardson, the man who kicked the ball, punted the ball for Arkansas State, saved the day with a tackle on Kennedy. Kennedy trying to take that punt return job away from Willie Jackson.
I think he just might have gotten my vote right there.
Speaking of guys trying to take jobs away from other guys, Danny Warfel is now on the sidelines, and Terry Dean will be back to quarterback the Gator offense to start the fourth period. Dean quarterback the first 2 quarters, and then Warfel the third period. Warfel was very, very sharp. Dean not so sharp early on, but certainly had some very bright moments in the first half.
That 27-yard punt return by Larry Kennedy that electrified the crowd has given Terry Dean some terrific field position.
Dean in the first half completed 14 out of 20, 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, threw 1 interception. So he's back under center. And Eric Rett driven down from behind by Michael Mason. Danny Warfel, by comparison, 6 out of 9, 108 yards and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions in the third quarter. Steve Babick awaiting on the sideline. Steve.
I'll tell you what, Jim Yarbrough, have you ever seen anything like that? Ellis Johnson is in a contraption. It's like a spacesuit. It's hooked up to an air conditioner. Cool air has pumped through that suit, and in a matter of a few seconds, you're supposed to be cooled down. Now, Ellis is taking a long visit in there. I don't think he's going to leave real soon unless somebody pushes him out of there. Apparently, Rich Stewart came up with this concept about cooling the players down, but, Jim, when you played...
to the hospital to test you and invented Gatorade. That's what we had, but that's a new innovation, that's for sure.
Looks like that thing is attacking him from behind. That was Chris Doering who caught the last pass. He has a couple of receptions in the game. Terry Dean hands it off to Rhett. Rhett on the wall on the right side. Penalty flag is down. Rhett got the first down easily. And about an 8 or 9 yard carry, but let's check the penalty.
Violation neutral zone, defensive team. Penalty is declined. First foul.
Gators will take the first down and a run by Rhett, which will get him closer to the 100-yard mark. Florida cruising here early in the fourth quarter against Arkansas State, as expected.
445 yards in total offense right now. This Gator program averaged 438 yards per game last year, I think, and Coach Spurrier likes those numbers closer to 500, which is unbelievable in Division I football. But whoa!
Now there's one for the Tennessees and Georgias and South Carolinas to take a look at on down the road. A fake reverse, and Eric Redd held onto it. That play with a 31-point lead does not have much significance in this ball game, but that one's for the films to be sent out around the Southeastern Conference.
Yeah, it's a diverse, explosive offense, and you know they've got a bunch of plays, ball plays as the coach calls them, that he's never used, but he's got them. And he's showing a little bit more of the playbook tonight here on this drive.
Rhett over 100 yards for the 14th time in his career. Dean finds the tight end, Keller. Now that's Doering, not Keller. Doering is big as a tight end, or is tall, I should say. Brad Davis made the tackle. That's Chris Doering's third reception in this ball game. I tell you what, you get it in the same zip code, and he'll catch it. Florida football at the 6-yard line. The Gators send Sorolla Palmer wide to the right. Out of Lacombe, Louisiana, sophomore split wide to the right on your screen. And off to Randolph. Kelvin Randolph scores a touchdown.
I say, Kelvin, this one's for you, buddy. All the hard blocking that you do, all the hard work that you do, we're going to give you a touchdown. And
that was about the easiest thing he's done tonight.
Oh, in his career. He's a workhorse. He's a plow horse back there. He's the Clydesdale.
That's his second career touchdown. His only other touchdown came as a freshman against Kentucky. So it's been a long time between touchdown runs for this young man.
Nice blocking up front. That was Jeff Mitchell, number 71, in at left tackle, making the big block there.
This is Judd Davis to attempt the extra point. It is good, and the Gators go up 44-6. Well, that 6-0 lead seems like last year right now. 11:53 to go in the fourth period, and we will be back on Sports Channel.
Hi, I'm Randy Arflin. There are many reasons why a person might someday need the help of a bail bondsman. And if you ever find yourself in an unexpected situation, I'm here to help. With over 25 years experience in North Florida, I can offer prompt, courteous, and confidential service for all courts, federal, state, and local, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
For fast, friendly, professional service, call Randy Arflin Bail Bonds, 259-5550.
Tired of the transportation blues? Don't do this to yourself. You deserve better. For a good, reliable car or truck, come to San Pablo Motors. We think enough of our cars to finance them ourselves. In fact, we make it a mission to help working men and women get quality, affordable transportation, low down payment, easy terms, no shifty salesman. We'll even help you if you have no credit. Visit any of our 4 locations: Atlantic Boulevard, 103rd Street, Beach Boulevard, or Mayport Road. Hey, lose the clunker. Get a stylish, dependable car. For excellence in used car dealership, San Pablo Motors.
The weather's hot.
All of a sudden, I mean, we were just like...
And love is...
broad shoulders, blue eyes, and a tush to die for.
Sizzling.
He was like...
outrageous.
Fun.
My ultimate fantasy is to eat chocolate while making out in a jacuzzi.
On Love Connection.
Weeknights at 6 on WNFT TV 47.
Hard to believe Arkansas State led for quite a while in the first half of this ball game, and the Gators now well in control. The Gators open their 1993 Southeastern Conference schedule in Lexington, Kentucky, and if you can't get to the game, the only way to see the game live is on pay-per-view. Saturday, September 11th, 7 p.m., the Fighting Gators tackle the Kentucky Wildcats in a key Southeastern Conference showdown. Call your local cable operator and order now.
They say the phones are ringing off the hook for that ball game. That shows you the kind of support the Gators have around the state of Florida.
Line drive kick. Monty Groh was there to knock the ball loose. I think it was Groh that took it away from Clark Watkins. Florida says they've got it, but let's see the official indication.
Monty Groh did make the big play there, but still the pileup continues to unpile. Who got it? They got it.
Indians football. Florida's latest scoring effort went like this. 37 yards, 6 plays. Nice punt return by Larry Kennedy set it up. Kelvin Randolph had not scored a touchdown since his freshman year against Kentucky. Got his second career TD for the Gators. Young Gator fan with a stylish new cap.
Gator jaws on his head there.
Covington back in at quarterback for Arkansas State. Tight end jump. Austin Tinsley.
Sorry.
Was it 45, 46? You're right, it's 46.
I got to sit down again. I'm blocking your view
Ball
here.
start, offensive team.
McBride jumped on the right side. It's been a long night for these Indians. After beginning so promisingly. Now you're looking at Rich Tootin, the Gators, I guess you'd say new old strength coach. He was with the Gators back in the Charlie Pell days in the 80s. Played for Charlie Pell at Clemson and came to Florida, then went to the University of North Carolina. Just returned to the Gators, and there's his contraption, the cooling device.
Yeah, I thought he was real mean and tough on these kids, but actually,
you got to wonder
in a bit
about
of kindness, he makes this contraption to cool them off. So maybe he's.
You got to wonder now, after seeing that refrigerator-type device, if Rich is really that tough on these guys.
No, I think he is. I'm going to keep my distance from him. I know that. He's a tough guy.
We'll take timeout. 11:39 to go in the fourth. The Gators 44, the Indians 6. Back in a moment.
Daryl Dawkins used to name his backboard-shattering dunks. The NBA Jam Session book has it. When you say it...
Chocolate thunder flying.
Hey, Mike, keep shaking.
Glass breaking.
I'm roasting. I'm toasting.
Wham bam, glass breaker.
I am dead.
You get over 200 color photos of the greatest backboard-shattering dunks. And the complete history of slam jamming from Dr. J to Michael Jordan.
This is awesome, but the pictures are so bright.
Okay, how about we throw in an NBA Jam Session regulation-size Spalding basketball?
Yeah, please give me the wall. Thank you.
Plus, for a few who still haven't got it, a 30-minute video of Fritz shaking slam dunks. Got to today's hottest music.
I get to keep this?
All football and video for an unbeatable $29.95.
Chocolate thunder flying, I ain't lying, teeth shaking, glass breaking, rope busting, bun toasting, wham bam, glass breaking, I am Jam.
Call now 1-800-922-1113.
Not just a quarter or a half, but 60 quality minutes. That's what it takes to win at this level. The same is true when you're looking at trucks. You need quality miles every mile. And at that game, Chevy trucks are best. Chevy full-size pickups are the highest quality trucks. They last longer, get better gas mileage, and are worth more when you sell them. Take a good look at your local Florida Chevrolet GO dealer. Quality trucks, quality people.
Visit Commonwealth Stadium in Lexington to try and tame the Kentucky Wildcats. Saturday, September 11th at 11:30.
Florida on top, 44-6. We are still rather early in the fourth quarter, so the Gators will have several other opportunities to work some things into this offensive and defensive schemes. Florida dominating this game statistically as well as on the scoreboard, as you see right here. The Gators with already 201 yards in offense in the second half. Still with almost 12 minutes to go in the football game. Johnny Covington. The pitch to Williams. And this time the freshman has nowhere to go. He is stopped near the line of scrimmage. Riggins ran him down along with McMillan. Steve Spurrier looking to go 19-0 here at the Swamp after this one.
That's Coach Ron Zook, defensive coordinator. Jim Collins, inside linebacker coach.
You know, this game started with 84,000 people in the stadium, and not very many have left despite the 44-6 score.
Yeah, many of them drove a long way. They're going to sit here and enjoy it. Oh, I saw that coming.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. Marco Williams said, nope, let this one go. Darren Hambrick was very close and moving in quickly.
Yeah, he could have gone for the head right there, but decided not to and kind of eased up at the last minute. I thought he was going to really break him up.
We're going to be seeing a lot of this guy in the next 3+ years.
Could have been a tight end.
He could play almost anywhere.
And as a true freshman, really going to have a big season.
Well, if you're Arkansas State, what do you do right here on 3rd and 14? One back. Covington, a short drop, will try to throw. And a mix-up apparently on the route. Dennison cut inside. Covington threw the ball to the outside. There was nobody there.
Yeah, Dennison thought he had a step.
He might have
taken the inside route.
But his quarterback didn't know he was going there.
Well, obviously they're more of a running attack. Don't want to be in a 44-6 trailing situation very often in your life. These guys will play Mississippi State and Memphis State out of the Southeast before this season is over. So they've got a tough schedule in that Big West Conference as well.
Their head coach, John Bobo, is in his first year as a head coach on the college level. Larry Kennedy. Big return earlier, and he's got a chance for another one. Oh, what a block.
Hambrick.
Kennedy down to the 30-yard line, but boy, did Darren Hambrick lay down Arkansas State's Delray Stevens.
Darren Hambrick, the kid that we talked about a moment ago, almost unloading on the back. Larry Kennedy baits him inside, then jumps outside. Oh,
that was
Church.
Church, not Hambrick.
No, that was Hambrick right there.
Yeah. They both got in good licks. It's the lick that Hambrick put on Stevens, though, that has Stevens down. There's Hambrick. We've been talking about him. He is an exceptional football player. So is number 3, Larry Kennedy.
And Johnny Church is going over to the sideline and said, hey, did you see that block I made? And everybody says, yeah, but did you see the one Hembrick made? He said, oh, no. Somebody got a bigger hip than me?
He thought everybody was cheering for him. Third quarterback of the night is Eric Kresser.
Chris Bilkey. That's fullback.
Bilkey across the 30. Kresser, a second-year player, redshirt freshman. Held out last year. Played at Palm Beach Gardens High School a couple of years ago. He threw for over 5,000 yards in his high school career, 44 touchdowns. Very similar numbers to those put up by Danny Warfel up in the Panhandle at the same time, as a matter of fact. The Gators are showing their depth at the quarterback spot. Tony Davis showing some depth at the tailback spot. Carries the ball to the 25-yard line. Clock running, 9:45 to go in the football game. 44-6. And Arkansas State led in this game 6-3 after the first quarter. Jack Jackson fumbled, but a Gator was right there to pounce on it.
I think Dean Golden. No, it's number 53.
Kevin Johnson fell on it. Kevin Johnson recovered the Jack Jackson fumble.
Kevin Johnson listed as the third-team center.
Eric Kresser on fourth down. The Gators go for the first down. Kresser rolling out. The pump fake. He's got Doring down the sideline. He could not hold on at the goal line.
Almost.
Stretched out, all 6'4", 175 pounds of Doring was laid out there, but he couldn't bring it in.
Let's see if we can get a look at the route. He's going to sprint down the sideline. This is a design sprint right. Oh, yeah, he breaks to the sideline, then up. Oh, he would have been out of bounds even with the catch because he was diving towards his right. He does look like Chris Collinsworth. It's amazing, isn't it?
You know, that was his idol as a kid growing up. That's
yeah, I can understand why.
That's who he idolized as a big Gator fan here in Gainesville. Doring's father is a professor here at the University of Florida. Kim Johnson carries the football. Got a couple of yards out near the 30. Maurice Harris back in at quarterback for Arkansas State. They've shuttled Covington and Harris back and forth throughout this game to distribute the bruises equally, perhaps. 8:18 to go.
A lot more new Gators out there on defense now. Kedra Malone's out there at cornerback, number 32, the former tailback.
Harris on the handoff to Johnson.
That's Kedra making the tackle.
Down he goes at the 39.
A lot of Gator ball players getting a chance to play tonight with this big lead, and a big Southeastern Conference opener looming next week in Kentucky.
A lot of positive aspects of this ball game. One of them, the play of Danny Warfel. It appears the Gators really at least have two exceptional quarterbacks. After the Shane Matthews era came to a close, some wondered if the Gators could replace him. It appears they can. Johnson again is the ball carrier and was taken down by Harold Monk, who has done a great job with this Gator program in snapping the football, long snaps, but has not played much at linebacker, and he gets a chance tonight to play that position.
Talked about Kentucky. They open up with Kent State today.
That'll be their second game next Saturday as well. Harris on a play action. Campbell chasing him and catches up with him and takes him out of bounds. Mark Campbell, the sophomore from Miami. Shoulder injury slowed him down a good deal last year, but
what are we calling his weight? 89, 299, 289? Look at the speed right there, the hustling defensive tackle. Don't want a guy like that chasing you, right? Whoa.
Well, his favorite NFL player is Reggie White. Looked a little bit like Reggie White right there.
Talk about looking like Chris Collinsworth. He does look like Reggie White.
3rd and 8 for the Indians.
Oh, here he comes. Campbell. Oh, Johnny Church as well.
And the ball came out. Arkansas State got it, but Campbell and Church, they arrived from different angles simultaneously. Arkansas State got the fumble.
And with equal force. Watch this. Church and Campbell. Oh, fortunately for the quarterback, Campbell only got an arm on him.
I think Campbell could have really hurt him.
Yeah, he just got an arm on him. You know, he was a defensive tackle initially, but they had to move him outside last year with the injuries at the defensive end position.
10th punt of the game for Richardson. Kennedy.
Trying to get too brave again.
Probably should have fair caught that one and managed to hold on to the football, and the Gators will have it at the 33-yard line. 5:49 remaining. We'll be back.
Four, three, quiet please, 2, okay? Okay.
Weekday afternoons at 2 on Nifty TV WNFT TV 47.
This summer, come to where the action is.
We're armed and accept no weapons. We're dangerous. I can relate to that.
Time tracks and kung fu, the legend continues.
Let's go party.
This ain't no day at the beach.
Onto your seat. Reno's revving it up.
Do you believe in God? Let her go.
The hottest hour on television just keeps getting hotter. Renegade.
Tuesday night at 10 on WNFT TV 47.
Thank you for watching WNFT TV 47 Jacksonville.
Penalty flag is down before the Gators can get the snap away. While they sort that out, it's my pleasure to remind you that the broadcast rights to today's telecast have been granted to Sports Channel Florida by the University of Florida solely for the entertainment of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or the use of this program without the express written consent of Sports Channel Florida is prohibited. Gators assessed a 5-yard penalty, so it is 1st and 15. 5:48 to go. This is Terrence Foy, the freshman from Winter Park, getting his first carry collegiately. Brings it out to the 35-yard line. About a 7-yard carry for the youngster out of Winter Park High School. Here's Steve Babick.
You know, we'll be going to Lexington next Saturday. When's the last time that the Gators played Kentucky? Not in November. We're going there in September. It's going to be nice to wear some clothing that won't have to do battle with those sub-zero temperatures as us Floridians are used to, going up to when it's 30 and 40 degrees. And of course, you can catch all the excitement with pay-per-view by Sports Channel. Contact your local cable company, see if it's available. But the game will be pay-per-view, Florida versus Kentucky, and we're excited to be there. Sports Channel, your home of the Gators.
We'll be out on that concrete ledge, Steve, and it won't be sub-freezing temperatures. Nice catch by Aubrey Hill. Good throw by Kresser, too. I was impressed there with the strength of that young man's throwing arm.
You know, one of the first things I did when I went to Detroit after I realized it was real cold up there, as we watched Kresser make the nice out pass here, was buy a leather jacket. The only time I've used it since is when we've gone to Kentucky, and I'm glad that thing's going to stay in the closet because cold up there in November, and I like this new schedule, playing Kentucky early in the season.
I think all Gators will like that change in the schedule, and it, I think, falls to the advantage of the University of Florida to have that game played early. Terrence Foy, he's really emerged as a freshman. There aren't going to be many freshmen that will see much playing time for this football team because it is a veteran team now, but Foy is one of them. He's the third-string tailback.
I think Coach Spurrier decided out of his freshman running backs it was going to be Terrence Foy that was not going to be redshirted and would be called on to see some duty.
Penalty flag goes down. So let's see what this is all about. Deveron Gibbons made the catch. Junior out of St. Petersburg. Well, let's check the penalty.
Have defense, offside, have illegal procedure, 5 men in the backfield on offense. Penalties will offset, replay the down.
That's what we call in golf a TDO. Total do-over. Everybody hits the ball out of bounds off the tee. It's a TDO. It's Monty Duncan out of St. Augustine, a wide receiver who
remember that catch
just
he made
prior to the start of the season quit playing football, correct? Had some neck problems and gave it up.
Remember that great catch he made last year in the end zone, and that where he went about 5 feet in vertical jump against Kentucky.
Presser steps up in the pocket, threw a bullet out there to Chris Braun. Backup tight end out of Gainesville, played at Buchholz High. Ray Robbins was covering for Arkansas State. That'll stop the clock. 3:39 to go. A lot of Gators getting an opportunity to get some playing time here in this season opener. 44-6 the score.
How many of those TDOs do you get in a lifetime? I'd like to do a total do-over on a lot of things. That's good. That's a nice concept, you know.
To start over again. Yeah, everybody's got to foul it up, though.
Yeah, you know,
can't be just one or two. Presser hit from behind by Emmons, and the ball is, let's see, is it an incomplete pass or a fumble? Incomplete pass, I think. Mike McDonald hit him from the blind side. Gator Athletic Director Jeremy Foley. What a job he has done. Talking with Dick Pace, another big Gator from Orlando.
Dick Pace in the Gator Athletic Hall of Fame, one of the top officials in the country during his career. Now continues to do work with the Officials Association. And you're right, Jeremy was the right man at the right time for the University of Florida, and he's got a great 25 or 30 years ahead of him here at this university.
One of the bright young athletic directors in all of college athletics. Shane Edge back to punt. And a big rush, but got it away.
I think we saved our jobs by...
I hope so.
Might be too.
Ball bounced out of bounds at the 18. 3:26 to go. Florida 44, Arkansas State 6. And Johnny Covington, designated Lamb for this sequence. It's been tough back there for those quarterbacks. Crowd beginning to file out. Actually, they began filing out when the Gators scored that last touchdown early in the fourth quarter. 84,000 the start of the evening with us. Covington hands the ball off to Corey Walker. Walker taken down by Hambrick.
You know,
a lot of young players
you're
out
talking
there.
about Cousins a little while ago. He's a nephew of a friend of ours, Jim Mudcat Grant. Mudcat, a great baseball career, throwing that rock.
World Series star with the Twins.
I bet Hambrick was quite a baseball player too, huh?
He wanted to be.
But he was so busy doing all the track events that he probably couldn't play both.
I wonder if Darren plays golf as well as his uncle does. Mudcat can really play golf. Jim Johnson racked up at the 20.
The Gator defense continues to hustle and swarm to the football. They were a bit embarrassed by their stats from last season. A couple of games got away from them, and their statistics weren't up to the standards that guy expected, Coach Ron Zook, and you got to believe that he's got the potential to have a terrific team defense here in the '93 season.
That was McDonald Ferguson who made the tackle on the last play. McDonald's a redshirt freshman from Miami, and as Arkansas State was in the huddle, he was raising his arms up into the air to try and get the crowd pumped up for the next play. He was fired up.
Where
He
is everybody?
couldn't understand why everybody else wasn't. Covington taking his life into his hands, and Cameron Davis made the tackle.
And with
Kenny Times was also there on the tackle as well.
He's from Winter Park area, Lake Howell High School. He and Terrence Foy had a number of matchups together during their high school careers. I don't think the Gators are going to run many more plays. They're not going to try much with 1:21 left to go in this game. Obviously, a big win.
Now, talking about McDonald Ferguson, who made the tackle a couple of plays ago, he was a bodyguard for the rock band U2 this past summer.
You who?
U2. You've got all their albums, don't you? CDs. That was his 11th punt of the game, Kyle Richardson. I have to get some ice on that leg after this one. 1:03 left. Florida 44, Arkansas State 6. The only offense Arkansas State mustered, the only points, occurred after the Gators fumbled a punt in the first period at the 12-yard line. Adam Whitehurst is now the 4th Florida quarterback of this ball game. And his pass is incomplete. I think he one-hopped it up there into the grasp of Cirolo Palmer.
Well, he did throw the football. I'm surprised. But he didn't get a chance to play yet, had he?
Whitehurst is a walk-on from Boca Raton.
The home of Sports Channel, right?
Yep. You got it. He's a senior as well. A great chance for him to, after many, many hours of hard work on the practice field, get a chance to play in the game. Terrence Foy's got excellent speed on the corner, but he can't get there. Down he goes at about the 47. Clock ticking down. Well, you wonder what the reaction of the coaching staff is going to be after this one. Have to be a little disappointed with the way the team started, but that could be expected, Jim. But with all of the preseason hype about how easy this game was going to be for the Florida Gators.
Yeah, they'll be good and bad, obviously. It's one of those pretty good type of situations.
Terrence Foy showing some nifty moves again out near midfield.
But it counts as a W, doesn't it?
That's going to be the final play of the football game as Steve Spurrier runs his swamp record to 19-0 since taking over as head coach of the Gators in 1990. Some, I'm sure, very sincere congratulatory words for the Arkansas State team, which was overmanned and outmatched here tonight. They'll take home a $200,000 paycheck, which is by far the biggest payday they'll have this season. Try and get ready for the Big West schedule coming up.
Well, and they do again play Memphis State and Mississippi State, so a couple of other Southeastern Conference ball clubs they'll have to match up with.
Gators win the opener in big fashion, 44-6 the final. We'll be back.